There's gotta be more to this life, man. Just waking up, existing, this ain't cool at all. I gotta take a chance. This can't be it.
Gotta live these dreams before I'm dead, yeah. Did you hear what I said? Yeah, my vision clear and I pledge, I pledge, I pledge. Gotta live these dreams before I'm dead, yeah. Did you hear what I said? Yeah, my vision clear and I pledge to never live my life on the edge. Yeah, I think I'm about to jump. Yeah, I think I'm about to jump. Cause I finally realized why I'm here. Yeah, I think I'm about to jump. Yeah, I think I'm about to jump. Cause I ain't tryna live my life on the edge. Yeah, I think I'm about to. I just want the best, you can't stop this feeling. Rap over everything, my only option. Really, since a kid, I've been dreaming, believe me. But tryna fight through all the hate ain't always easy. Yeah, I've been through a lot, I know it's cliche, but you gon' see the tables turn like a DJ. I'm just carrying out this prophecy. No ifs, ands, or maybes, I got to be. Gotta live these dreams before I'm dead, yeah. Did you hear what I said? Yeah, my vision clear and I pledge, I pledge, I pledge. Gotta live these dreams before I'm dead, yeah. Did you hear what I said? Yeah, my vision clear and I pledge to never live my life on the edge. Yeah, I think I'm about to jump. Yeah, I think I'm about to jump. Cause I finally realized why I'm here. Yeah, I think I'm about to jump. Yeah, I think I'm about to jump.
It's about that time, dog.
I ain't tryna live my life on the edge. Yeah, I think I'm about to.
I just want the best, I can't stop this feeling. Snap over everything, my only option, really. Since Wu-Tang Clan wasn't nothing to mess with, I had bars and the beats and the hooks with the message. Mine's off the pine, on my P's and Q's. CH got the juice, it's my time to shine. Haters like, oh, you follow Sean Carter's blueprint? Wrong hope, homie, this is God-honored movements. Why do I keep second guessing though? Like I don't know where my blessings flow from, and how far would this endeavor go? But if I never take a leap, then I'll never know. Looking over the cliff, frozen and stiff, even though I'm bestowed with the gift to uplift. But the mind keeps racing, prone to what if, scared I won't reach my peak, blowing the drift. It's easy to exist, insist on resisting the risk that's consistent with greatness. Miss it or make it, time to face it, suck it up and own it. Every second I've lived has brought me to this moment. I'm so over the pump fake life, only got one chance to run, take flight. A few deep breaths while remembering my pledge to never live my life on the edge. You know I gotta jump. Yeah, I think I'm about to jump. Cause I finally realized why I'm here. Yeah, I think I'm about to jump. Yeah, I think I'm about to jump. Cause I ain't tryna live my life on the edge. Yeah, I think I'm about to jump. These dreams before I'm dead, yeah. Did you hear what I said? Yeah, my vision clear and I pledge, I pledge, I pledge. Yeah, I think I'm about to live these dreams before I'm dead, yeah. Did you hear what I said? Yeah, my vision clear and I pledge to never live my life on the edge. Yeah, I think I'm about to jump.
Only got one life to live, so why not live?
Yeah, I think I'm about to jump.
Choice is yours.
I mean, the job's pretty simple. All I need you to do is just wake me up in the morning. Oh, really? That's it? Yeah, I can do that. I can definitely do that. Any particular time you want me to wake you up? Yeah, around 6:30. I think 6:30 will be good. All right, and all I gotta do is wake you up, right? That's it. That's the only job. Yep. This is the easiest job I've ever had in my life, man. Yeah. Can you hear me? It's time to get up. Hey, woo, yo.
Oh my God, shut up. Shut up.
But I'm confused, but you told me to wake you up.
Shut up! Shut the fuck up! Shut up!
No. You said to wake you up. I'm just doing what you said to do. I'm not. You know what? But you said to wake you up.
I'm trying to sleep and you're gonna walk in here trying to wake me up. That's rude. I don't know what. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do something like that? You see me in here sleep, but you walk in here talking to me, making noise like that. Man, get out of here.
So I posted this over 2 weeks ago.
I'm ready to announce what causes autism. Okay, I'm sure this is gonna be revolutionary. Tylenol. Tylenol? That's according to the expert. Me.
And now it's the truth. I can't do political satire if the satire is real life.
Just like that when I move, you move. Just like that when I move, you move. Just like that. Hell yeah, DJ, bring that back. Go on with your big self. Let me see something. Tell your little friend they can quit mean mugging. I'm lit and I don't care what no one thinks, but where is the waitress out with my drinks when I move, you move. Just like that when I move, you move. Just like that when I move, just like that. Hell yeah, DJ, bring that back when I move.
If you feel like you hate everyone, eat. Low blood sugar tricks your brain into frustration. If you feel like everyone hates you, sleep. Lack of rest makes your mind misread every social cue. If you feel anxious for no reason, walk. Movement clears cortisol from your body. If you feel unmotivated, take a cold shower. That shock releases dopamine and wakes up your system. If you feel stressed, chew gum. Your brain reads it as safety and cortisol drops instantly. If you feel overwhelmed, clear your space. External order brings internal peace. If you feel insecure, stand tall. Your posture sends confidence signals back to the brain. If you feel lonely, help someone. Acts of service releases oxytocin, the connection hormone. If you feel hopeless, plan one small action. Momentum destroys despair. Just keep that in mind.
Can I get a green light? I want everything you promised me, Lord. Sometimes seems like it's taking way too long trying to be side. Should I stay? Should I move on? Want to be right? So I'm moving out your green light. Can I get a green light? How y'all doing, huh? Where you at, huh? Can I get a green light? If you waiting on the Lord, God, you take the baddest word. What you say, huh? Yo, say. Can I get a green light? See, I want everything. I want everything you promised me, like it's taking way too long.
Seems like it's taking way too long trying to decide.
Should I stay? Should I move on? So I don't move.
Can I get a green light?
How y'all doing, huh? Where y'all at, huh?
Can I get a green light?
And if you're waiting on the Lord, let you take a every word, what you say, huh?
Can I get a green light?
With the whole world jumping.
Can I get a green light?
But I'm still doing nothing.
Can I get a green light?
I said I wasn't budget till I hear you saying something. But I wonder.
Can I get a green light?
Yeah. 'Cause I'm moving to your life place. But I'm moving to your life place. So I'm moving to your green light. Let your green light. Let it flash now. Altos, say. Come on, Altos. Flip it. Right here. Sopranos, Palisade. Let your green light. Let your green light. Yo, say. Let your green light. Let your green. Yo, bring it on down this way. Y'all ain't moving with us. Y'all ain't moving with us. Okay, I feel you. If you really into that thing, Jesus, real. Everybody, sit. Soprano, sit. Everybody, say it one time.
Lift me up, lift me up, lift me up high. I just wanna feel alive. Let me soar like an eagle in the sky. I wanna go higher. Freedom, I just wanna fly. I was born to fly. I'm so high, I'm a free bird. I'm freer in the sky. I was born to fly. I'm so high, I'm free. I'm alive. Yeah. Went down for a minute, clucking around with the chickens. Sitting on the ground with the pigeons till I found no vision. Wow, I'm no in it. And you get lifted.
Yeah, baby. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Zeke live in the morning at 7:30 in the morning, 7:40 when I get on stage. Look at that, out right on time too. That's pretty cool. Anyways, hey y'all, glad to see y'all. Glad y'all are here this morning. Glad y'all are up. Glad y'all are awake. Good to see you. I used to say this I didn't used to say this. Every time I say, hey, it's good to see you. Every time I say that to somebody, a seasoned saint, we'll call them that, seasoned saints. Every time I say, good to see you, they say, oh, well, I'd rather be seen than not viewed. So, It's another day where you're not being viewed, you're being seen. So good to see you this morning. You're locked in with Zeke Live in the morning. Great way to start your day. I'm trying to get my woo-saw on. I got to get my woo-saw. Y'all know I got this thing coming up. Shameless plug. This thing coming up tomorrow. And oh boy, y'all pray for the church. Y'all just not my church specifically. Just pray for the church. Just all right. I ain't gonna. It's too fresh on my mind. Woosah, all will work out well. I have good people around me. Shout out to Jeremy Keys. We give him a whole lot of flack. Well, Eric gives him a whole lot of flack. But we texted him back and forth this morning. He's that's why I keep the cats that I keep around me because they make sure everything works out the way I need it to work out. So shout out to those people. Anyways, great show for us today. I'm really excited about today's show because today we are talking about something called the human value proposition. This is a concept that my cousin, I call him my mentor, but he's my cousin, that he came up with. And that's why I'm very excited to talk about this with him on today. He's so gracious to come on here, even though he has a super busy schedule and he does a million things. But Jerry A. Thompson, if you've been following Zeke Live in the morning for a period of time, you probably remember when he was on the show back in like March, I think. That was the last time he was here on the show. And that episode was one of the best episodes that we had. It was so good, so valuable. And so today we're going to have him back on the show. He'll be on about 8:30, but of course at 8 o'clock we'll do our morning shout out and affirmations right about 8 o'clock, 8:05, somewhere in there. Whenever the music break is done, we'll take the music break at 8 o'clock, so like 8:05, somewhere in there. We'll do our morning shout outs and affirmations. So if you haven't said good morning, please say good morning. And of course, you can subscribe to us on the YouTube side. Of course, you know, we love everybody who does the first comment, everybody who ever makes it to that first comment, but you got to be subscribed on YouTube to get the first comment. But you can also follow us on Facebook. Facebook is cool, I guess. Facebook is all right, so you can follow us there, and you can share and do all that stuff like that. You can watch us on Facebook. I won't get mad at you. I won't even get mad at you if you share it with somebody, if you tag it, if you copy it, I won't even get mad at that. But today is a good episode. You're gonna want to stay tuned. You're gonna want to stay locked in, especially at that 8:30 hour. So make sure you got you some coffee. You might want to get yourself a notebook. You might want to get you a pen and paper, because every time I have a conversation with, I call him Tony. So if y'all hear me calling him Tony or Tony Tone, then that's why. His name is Jerry Townsend. I call him Tony. So if you hear me calling him Tony, that's what the family calls him. So anyways, if you've ever, I mean, really honestly, if you've ever been with someone or around somebody who just, like, when they speak or when they think, it just changes your view on the world around you, then you know there's value in those kinds of conversations. And so talking about the human value proposition and finding your value, finding your worth, and thinking about that in a new way. And it's a new concept that my cousin came up with, and I mean, put a whole outline out and everything. So I'm really excited about that. So at any rate, you're going to want to definitely stay locked in for that and be part of that conversation. You're going to jump in the comments, ask questions, and all that kind of stuff. Share your stuff and let us go back and forth. It's going to be a good time. Let me do this. I'm actually going to turn the comments on the side. So on the bottom screen right here. Oh, man, there's people already in the comments. Look at that. People are already saying what's up. Good to see y'all. We're going to shout all of y'all out at the morning shout outs at 8 o'clock. But on the bottom right here, in the bottom right corner, right where my finger is pointing, that's where you can, right there, bottom right corner. If you're watching as opposed to just listening, you can see your comments pop in, and we'll try to get to as many comments, of course, as we can during the show. But just in case we miss any, I love them when they show up right there. Look at that. There's somebody already that just posted something. I can't see who it is because it's small on my screen. Oh, that's Miss Brenda Rose. Hey, Miss Brenda Rose. What's up? Yeah, so you see how I just popped up on the right there. So make sure that you leave your comments and stuff. Of course, Facebook can't see YouTube. YouTube can't see Facebook, you know. So when you put your comments in there, they show up on the screen and y'all can see each other's comments and stuff like that. In case we missed something, y'all can always engage with each other as well. I love that for the Lockstar family. But that's the episode for today. That's all we're really doing. That's all we're talking about with Jerry A. Thompson, the human value proposition. And really, honestly, have you ever thought about that? Just have you ever thought about like your worth, your value? Have you ever thought about what you bring to the table? I've never really thought about that for real until maybe about 2 weeks ago. Again, having that conversation, I had never really thought about that. What brings your value? What brings your worth in this world? Everybody tries to define you. Everybody tries to define us. And I know for church people, we oftentimes will settle in on, I'm defined by the Bible. I'm defined by what the word says. What God calls me is what I am. And I'm not knocking that. I'm not taking that away. But even in the Bible, Paul says we are one body with a bunch of different members, right? So you got people who one person might be the eye while the other person is, I don't know, the foot. And the eye and the foot don't bring the same value to the body. They both make the body valuable, but they bring a different type of value to the body. The foot can't do what the eye does, and the eye can't do what the foot does. It just doesn't work that way. So, so it's beautiful, on a spiritual level that we can do that. But can we come back here to earth for just 1 minute? I know the rapture didn't happen. I don't think it happened. Didn't nobody disappear around me. So either I'm around a bunch of heathens and sinners, but or the rapture didn't happen like the South African preacher said it was. We did a whole episode on that yesterday. So if you want to go back on that one, see how we was teasing the people about the rapture and all of that. But since that didn't happen, let's come back down out of heaven for a minute and come back to earth. You're here on earth. What value are you bringing here in the earth? What do you like? Who are you? What do you do? How do you do it? Why is it valuable? These kinds of questions. If you left, tomorrow, what is the world missing while you're gone? And I don't want to get into the conversation too much that we're going to have when my cousin Jerry gets here. I don't want to get too much in that conversation, but those are some questions that we'll be hashing out in the 8:30 hour. So you definitely want to stay locked in. And I promise you, if you've never thought about that kind of stuff, and this was just a general conversation we were having that turned into this. So if you've never thought about those kinds of questions, what value do I like? What do I bring? Not what value, not like really who am I in that sense, but like what value do I bring to the world around me? If I left today, and I don't mean like if you died, but I mean like if you left your city, if you left your neighborhood, if you left your organization, your work, your church, your club, your friends group, I don't know, if you moved away from your family, what would be missing? What would be missing? And that's a thing. That's a thing. And we're not just talking about, oh, I'm good. I'm good at fixing stuff, but okay, that's good. That's good what you do with your hands. And maybe that's a thing. And we'll toy with all of that when Tony gets here. So definitely, again, stay locked in for that episode. It's going to be so good. It'll be something that's eye-opening. And, we all got life left. We all got life in us. And one thing that I've been really just kind of leaning into is that age really is nothing but the number of years that you've been here. That's all your age is, the number of years that you've been here. So you're not really even defined by that. You're not defined by your age. So no matter how young you are, you might be very young and just saying, oh, I've got this. No, you got time to figure out who you are. Yeah, you may be very old. And at the same time, should I say it this way? You may be very seasoned. You're not old, you seasoned. But at the same time, you have enough time to still figure out. You still got life left in you. It ain't over yet. You still here. It's another day, like I said earlier, that you're being seen and not viewed. So, when the old saints always say something like that, it's another day above ground. It's another day to be seen and not viewed. That means you still got some life in you. You may be a little tired. You may be a little, you may not be able to run fast no more. You may not even be able to run no more. But there's still something about who you are that brings life and light into the world. And many of us, I think, go to our final resting place without ever figuring out what that is or being able to maximize on what that is so that the world becomes better around us. And I love the people who figure it out. And I love the people who have figured out how to help people figure it out. And that's why we got Jerry ThompSon on here today. So again, 8:30, stay locked in because that's going to be good. You got life in. You ain't done yet, man. You're not done yet. I don't know if you were feeling like giving in the towel, throwing in the towel or giving up. I don't know what you're feeling like today. That's a good place to just check in a little bit. How are you feeling today? I know we did a whole check-in yesterday. We did a 5-point check, and then when it was done, it turned into a 6-point check. And then I got to thinking about it, and I was like, we need really like an 8-point check. So I think I'm going to create a 10-point just to give myself some extra. Next time we do the well check on Wednesday, I'll see if I can come up with 10 points just to make it easy. You know, we got to make a, like a 10-point inspection, right? Because things like your financial health, relationship health, those were things we didn't really dive into yesterday. But here's a good place to do just a quick check-in, right? We always ask the question, how are the health of your goals? How are your goals? How are your aspirations? How are how are you doing in those areas? And a lot of times I just really think this, and maybe this is just me, and y'all know me. I'm willing to just say when it's just me, and I'm willing to say, all right, that one's, I'm vulnerable with it. And maybe it is just me, but I don't think out of 8 billion people on the planet that I'm the only one who has at times felt like I don't know, what I really bring to the table. And so as a result, goals may struggle because you may find yourself putting yourself on the back burner, talking to me. I'm looking at the mirror. I'm talking to myself. Okay. I might not be talking to you. I'm talking to myself at least. So, when you put your own self on the back burner, trying to make sure everybody else is okay. You put your own dreams on the back burner, trying to make sure everyone else is all right. You put your own goals on the back burner, trying to make sure other people's things get pulled off. And when it's all said and done, what they gonna do? They gonna go live out their dreams, goals, and all that stuff. And that's not to say don't help people. That's not to say anything like that. It's not to say don't get involved, don't learn, don't be around. It's not to say that, but it is to say when you really discover, you start to discover more about who you are and what you bring to the world, your value. That's what we call the human value proposition. When you really start to unlock that and discover that for yourself and know that for yourself, and you realize that if I'm not offering that to the world, then that's the thing that God gave me. That's the gift God gave me. And so I can give that gift back in the world. And if I'm not doing that, then I'm robbing the world. And that changes the narrative. That changes the perspective. So now those goals and those dreams become more of the desire of your heart, not in the sense of I just want to be rich and wealthy so I can, flow show and have a great, it ain't about that. But it's I want to be fully who God designed me to be. I want to be uniquely who I am. I want to be who I want to offer what I offer. I want to use the gift that he gave me, not just the gift of singing or the gift of cooking. Where the cooks at? Where them cooks at? Not just the gift of, fixing stuff around the house. I mean, not just those gifts. Those are ways that you can, those are gifts. Yes, but I'm not talking about those. Like, do you bring something to the table such as you're just the kind of person who every time you walk into the room, just something very, very general. Every time you walk into the room, you just light it up. You bring the energy to the room, like the load feels a little bit lighter. Everybody feels like they can, open up a little bit more when you come in. Are you that kind of a person? Because it doesn't, that don't matter if you fix stuff. That don't matter if you sing. That don't matter if you preach. That doesn't matter if you just do fitness. I don't care. Like it doesn't, because there's something deeper there than just what you do. You're not being defined by what you do, but by genuinely who you are. What is your value in that sense? And that's what we'll be discussing today. So, what are those goals? There's the check-in. What are those goals? We asked that question yesterday, but what are those goals that you have? Now, by the end of today's show, my hope and my prayer would be that you not only know your goals, hopefully you know your goals. Hopefully you got some goals. And if you got them, then you should hopefully know them. And, then so by the end of this, my goal, my prayer for this episode is that by the end of this, you would not only know your goals, have some goals. That's the caveat. That's the first the prereq that you got to have some goals, but that you would not only know your goals, but that you would know who you are and how who you are fits into the goals and the dreams and the aspirations that you have. Now, that is, if I was to make it churchy from a churchy crowd, he gives you the desires of your heart. If I was to make it, more for a secular crowd, I would just say, manifest your destiny or something like that. I don't know. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm so hoarse. I got to do something about that before tonight. Oh, God. Jesus. Anyways, so that's what we're discussing today. But, I'm asking you that question, not for you to necessarily answer it on here, but for you to think about it, just process it so that as we engage in the conversation at 8:30, you'll be able to kind of maybe try to place it. And it could help change the trajectory of the goals that you have, the dreams that you have, the aspirations that you have. Maybe it'll change why you have those aspirations. For instance, if you only want to be, I'm in the music world, so I'll just use myself. If you want to just be a singer just because you want to get rich and you want to do that, well, that's a reason to do it. But what value does that bring to the world? You know what I mean? That brings value to you if you get rich. And you might make the argument, well, when I get rich, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do the other, I'm going to do such and such. So is your goal to get rich? You know what I'm saying? Or is your goal to do this, that, and the other, and such, and you need the money in order to do this, that, and the other, and such, so I got to get rich so that I can do? Or is it if and when I get rich, then I will do? It's two different things. But that speaks to who you are. So who are you? And if you don't know that, we'll unlock that today. What value are you bringing? And so that's the conversation we're having on today. And like I said, I'm really excited about this conversation. But before we do that, let me do something really quickly here. Before I do that, we'll do our morning affirmations right after that. But let me do this. There we go. All right, there we go. I think we should have my mic back. Y'all know the mic cuts out every time we start the music. I don't know why StreamYard started doing that, but it does that. It does it. It is what it is. So let me throw this your way real quick. Just a couple of things. Today at noon, you are invited. You can come along. We'll have what we call the caregivers or caretakers and strong friends support group. Is sponsored by the Community Healing Resource Center, APC Morgan Park. We do this every fourth Thursday at 12 noon. We have some light lunch that we'll have. I got to remember when I leave here not to leave some of the lunch items in my refrigerator because I got them yesterday and I had to leave them in the refrigerator. And knowing me, I will walk right out of here without that stuff. So I got to remember to bring it with me. But we'll have some light lunch for you. We get a chance to just unhash some of that stuff. And we've been doing this for a few months now. I think this is the fourth one or so. But, oh, man, they've been good. They've been great sessions. I sit in on those sessions. I am not just the hair club president. I'm also a member. So I sit in on these sessions and I be sharing as well because somebody else is running the session. So I'm just part of it. I'm just part of it. Because a lot of work that we do, and taking care of my wife and taking care of other people and being that strong friend. So part of these sessions as well. And there's a lot of value in that. So if you're not doing anything, you're in the Chicago area, 12 noon today, 114th. Then next month, about a month away, matter of fact, yesterday was the 24th, so yesterday marked 1 month. So yesterday and today, actually, the 24th to the 25th of October. So literally 1 month away, we have what we call the annual statewide convening. It's Friday night and Saturday morning/afternoon. Live Free Illinois is actually happening also at 114th APT Morgan Park. You can get signed up and registered for that. If you got questions on how to get registered, I will be able to help you with that. Just send us an email, chrcapc@gmail.com. chrcapc@gmail.com, and we will help you get registered. Or you can call the church offices and somebody will get you connected with us. and we can help you get registered. You got to register. All right, we want you to get registered. We want you to get signed in. We want you to be there. Y'all see these heavy hitters that are on the flyer, so y'all definitely want to be there for that. We'll talk more about that throughout the month, but I would love to see y'all there. And also, we got something special as well that we're going to be doing. I'm leading this effort through the Healing Voices effort, and let me just go ahead and put that on the screen. This is postponed. That's not the postponed flyer. Get it loaded up. But this is postponed tonight. We usually do this every second and fourth Thursday, but due to some other events, which I'm about to announce one more time again, that will not be going on tonight. However, next month, it's postponed to October. It's coming back second Saturday of October, and I got something special for you. Putting a group together of folks to sing at this statewide convening that I put up. So it'll be run by me and the Healing Voices. It'll be like an ensemble, the Live Free Choir or something if you want to call it that. We'll put that together. So if you're interested in that, just a couple of songs on that Friday night. If you're interested in it, please come on out. We'll have more information on that next week. And let's see. But this is the announcement I want to make sure you all know about tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we are doing a night of worship. ABC Morgan Park is celebrating 102 years. Did y'all hear me? 102 years celebration. So we're celebrating tomorrow night with the night of worship. I got rehearsal tonight, as a matter of fact. My Healing Voices is going on because the room is locked up with that going on. But tomorrow night, night of worship, it's going to be so good. I'm really excited about it. If you just want to hear some good music, if you want to hear some good singing, if you just need that moment of woosah, that moment of praise, that moment to just unwind, that's all it is. A bunch of singing. We got Bishop Ron Wood to be there, and oh my goodness, who's that on the left-hand side in the bottom left corner on the flyer? Who is that? The Park Praise team plus Zeke Locke. Oh my God, Zeke Locke is going to be there. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of Zeke Locke, but he's a pretty handsome fella. Looking at that picture, I see what he's going for there. He's a handsome guy. But I think he's talented from what I've heard. So you might want to come and check that out tomorrow night and see if I'm lying or not. So if you're in Chicago, unfortunately, we will not be going live with this particular event. It will not be live. I want to repeat that. It will not be on a live stream. So you can't just tune in. You got to be in the place. We had thought about live streaming, but we decided not to for a number of reasons. And so it just boiled down to not doing. That was the ultimate decision. So, I said it the other day that we were thinking about maybe going live. But unfortunately, fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know, we decided not to. So you got to be in the place. You got to be in the place to see it. So that's tomorrow night. Mark the calendar. It starts at 7:30. You can get there as early as 7 o'clock. Doors will be open up, and you can get on in there. Trust me, you want to be there. Trust me. It's good stuff. And we're doing a bunch of original music stuff that I've written and composed. And the praise team is singing behind it. They're gracious enough to let me sing with them and feature on this. And so I'm really excited for this, and I want to see y'all there. All right, I think I've talked my own stuff up enough. Let's go ahead and take a music break real quick. And when we come back, we're going to come back with our morning shout-outs. Again, if you haven't, make sure you subscribe. Make sure that you have the notifications turned on, and make sure you like us if you're on the Facebook side. Do all of that stuff like that. Here's the information on the side right there. You can see it showing up there. Yep, there's all the info. Make sure that you do that. And then we will be right back after this music break. Let's see here. What we going to play on the music? What I got loaded? It would be helpful if I was in the right folder. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? Now, y'all, my computer's been acting crazy the last couple of days, and I don't really have time for a computer to be acting crazy. So I just realized I got to buy a new computer. So y'all pray for your boy, because I got to buy stuff that I wasn't planning on buying. But let's take this music break. Let's keep it smooth this morning. Let's keep it smooth. And we'll be right back after these couple of songs. We'll keep it smooth. And when we come back, we're doing morning shout out. So say good morning. Say good morning. And y'all say good morning. I'm going to get me some coffee. And then we'll do our...
up this morning, I got up and prayed. I'm thanking the Lord for another good day. I kept it simple, no need to explain. Yeah. The devil thought he had me, I got away. Yeah. Don't it feel good when you've been in his presence? Yeah. Walking with him ain't no second guessing. Yeah. Some call it luck, but I call it a blessing. Yeah. He give me peace, ain't no need to be stressing. He never gave up on me. His promises he'll always keep. He paid the price just for me, yeah. Gave him my all, now I'm free. Woke up this morning, I got up and prayed. Thanking the Lord for another good day. I kept it simple, no need to explain. Yeah. The devil thought he had me, I got away. Yeah. Don't it feel good when you've been in his presence? Yeah. Walking with him ain't no second guess. Yeah. Somebody love, but I call it a blessing. Yeah. He give me peace, ain't no need to be stressing. He never gave up on me. His promises he'll always keep. He paid the price just for me. Gave him my all, now I'm free. Woke up this morning, I got up and prayed. I'm thanking your love for another good day. I kept it simple, no need to explain. Yeah. Never thought he had me, I got away.
Can I be honest with you? Sometimes my heart gets to racing and I get impatient. Can I be honest with you? I get so lost in the matrix and I wanna trade places. Cause I thought when I fell you would walk away. It made me feel some type of way, made me feel some type of way. Now I know every time I drift away, you catch me with grace. And I'm better with you, with you. Cause mountains only move by faith. Lord, I'm better with you, with you. Giving me peace I can't explain. I know true love never fades. No one can replace it. It came down and made a way. Now I'm better with you, with you, with you. I'm honestly better with you. Now when I think about the times I tried to walk away and went astray, still you love me. How could I go be so blind and hide, trying to conceal the truth revealed in you? Cause I thought when I fell you would walk away. It made me feel some type of way, made me feel some type of way. I know every time I drift away, you catch me with grace. With you, cause mountains only move by faith. Lord, I'm better with you, I'm better with you, I'm better with you. Giving me peace I can't explain. I know true love never fades. No one can replace it. It came down and made a way. Now I'm better with you, with you, with you. I'm honestly better with the mountains. There's a river that don't run dry. Deeper than oceans, there's a water that brings us back to life. There is no greater revelation than the lamb that came down and sacrificed. No running, I know who I gotta do. I'm better with you. I'm better with you, cause mountains only move by faith. Lord, I'm better with you, with you.
better with you. Honestly, better with you. Oh, I'm better with you. Oh, I'm better with you. Oh, I'm better. Oh, thank you, Lord. Anyways, yeah, all that. It's too early in the morning to be doing that, and I should be straining my voice like that. Remember those vocal exercises I gave y'all? Yeah, I need to do them. Y'all can see that. You can tell when you're hoarse when you start doing those kind of vocal exercises, because I'm trying to get yeah, it's already breaking up right there as soon as I go in. So I gotta get some ginger and some other stuff. Right now it's coffee. I slept for, let's see, I woke up at, I think I went to bed at 12:30. I didn't go to bed. I just laid on the couch for a minute, took a nap at like 12:30, and I got up at 3 because I've been working on some stuff and my computer was tripping, and it's just been a time trying to get this thing together for tomorrow. Like, y'all know when it's time to do something good, everything starts acting up. That I had to deal with that. But in case you missed the announcement, tomorrow night, if you want to see this guy named Zeke Locke'd, Bishop Ron Woods will be there. Yes, Bishop Ron Woods will be there. And A-Hop, they'll be there. Like, and Pastor Bill Ellis, shout out to him, APC Morgan Park. But that guy on the bottom left corner there, that Zeke Locke'd character, him, I heard that he's pretty good. I heard. I just know what I heard. I don't know if it's true. I just know I heard it, that the boy Zeke Locke'd knows what he's doing with a microphone and a band. And so, the Park Praise team, that's the worship team from APC Morgan Park, and let that guy Zeke Locke'd sing with them tomorrow night. And he wrote some songs. And I'm just talking about Zeke. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about Zeke Locke'd. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about Zeke Locke'd. I'm talking about Zeke Locke'd. They said that the songs was good songs, and they said that Zeke Locke'd could do his things. I heard it. I gotta go prove it for myself, and I would love for you to come with me and prove it and see if he's really as good as they say he is. I don't know, but oh my Lord, I must see for myself if he's all right. And if he sound the way he sound right now, it might be a struggle to sound all right. But no, for real, y'all come on through, man. Be my special guest tomorrow night, 114th and Vincennes, 7:30 p.m. Come be my special guest. Come be my special guest. It's just gonna be a bunch of singing. I got some original music that I've written and that we do at our church, and that we want to share it with, just celebrating 102 years. So come on out tomorrow night. It's absolutely free. I don't know if y'all know that now. All you got to do is show up. That's all you got to do. Show up, sit down. That's all you got to do. Now, I don't know. It's a church. They probably going to ask for offering. So bring you a couple dollars in your pocket. No, but it's free. Ain't no ticket. Ain't no registration. Ain't nothing like that. It's free. Come on in, sit down, and come get that woosah. Come get your praise on. Put on some gym shoes or something, though, because I heard. I'm just telling you what I heard. That Zeke Locke'd got a whole lot of energy, and he be jumping around and doing all kind of stuff and telling people to clap their hands. He be having people clapping their hands and stuff, and he be telling people to like praise the Lord, and he be telling people to talk to your neighbor and stuff like that. He be wanting people to sing along with him and stuff. They be putting lyrics on the screens and stuff like that, asking people to sing along. That's what I heard is gonna happen. But you got to come see for yourself. It won't be going live. We'll just be doing it only in the room. So it's like old school times. You got to be in the room to see it. So that's tomorrow night, 7:30. If you got nothing else going on, then come on through. If you got something else going on, cancel your plans and come on through. Because I heard that Zeke Locke'd. Anyways, y'all, let's do some quick morning shout outs this morning. Let's do some real quick morning shout outs. I got to kind of blast through them because at 8:30, the next thing we have coming to the stage is Jerry ThompSon, and you do not, and I mean you do not want to miss this conversation. Human value proposition. You did want to miss it, bub. You don't want to miss that conversation. So, that being said, let's do our morning shout outs. Let's see who we got in the shout outs. Of course, we got to do first comment of the day? Who gets first comment of the day today? Who is the one? It is Mama Miss Sherry Staten. There she is right there on the YouTube side. You got to be subscribed on YouTube to get that kind of treatment. You got to be subscribed on YouTube. And there she is. She's subscribed to Zeke Locke on YouTube. And that's why she's saying good morning, family. And of course, there is the symbol right there that says that family ain't just the people that you are born to, but family is also the people that you choose to be in your life. Who have you chosen to be in your life? Are they good people? Are they pushing you? Are they holding you accountable? Are they helping you when you need help? Are they a good shoulder to cry on? Or do they just take, and you keep giving? Because you might need to redefine your family. You might you can't change the family you was born. You can't change that one. God gave you that for better or for worse. But the people you choose, people you can choose, if they're not doing the right thing, then you need to choose somebody else. If you can choose somebody else. That's not really a song, but I'll turn it into one. And Mama says, let's see, she named the day. Let's see, she's calling it. Let's try Tell It to the Lord Thursday. Y'all know when somebody names the day, what I got to do. Tell it to the Lord Thursday. What's your issue? Have a little talk with Jesus. Tell him all about your troubles. Have a little talk with Jesus. Tell him all about your issues. Tell it to the Lord. Tell it to the Lord. There you have it right there. Thank you, Mama, for that. We definitely appreciate you for being here always. Let's see who we got next. I don't know how I feel about the mamas of the show, and we miss Mama when she ain't around, but here she is today, Mrs. Johnny Rideout, Miss JP Rideout. Y'all know how I feel about the mamas of the show, and that's Eric's mama. Eric, of course, was able to pop in with us yesterday. Y'all know he was broadcasting live from heaven. Mama, if you go back on yesterday's episode, you might get upset with me and Eric. You might get because they told us the rapture was coming, and Eric claims that he was raptured up and he was in heaven. Then he got kicked out for being petty, and then he went back and he came back to be on the show. It was a whole thing yesterday. But here's Mama, Eric's mama, right here, Mrs. Johnny Rideout, saying good morning, everybody. That capital everybody. It's Therapeutic Thursday. I like that. I gotta hit my gong for that one. Yes, it is Therapeutic Thursday. I love that. Find something that's therapeutic. Find some rest. Find a break. Find a moment to yourself. I know after the morning and the night that I've already had. Just listen, y'all. It's 8:19 Central Standard Time, and I've already had a very long morning. I'm not even kidding. Before I got on the show, it was already a very long morning. So you might need to find some therapy. Find that therapeutic moment. I think I'm going to have to do that at some point. I don't think I'm going to get that today, though. Between today and tomorrow, I'm not going to get that. Really, probably Saturday or Sunday. I think that I'm probably just going to have to call it one for Monday and Tuesday. I don't know. To get my therapy. So thank you, Mama, for that reminder. That's why we named the day. Because it helps to remind us of some stuff we might need to do for ourselves. Of course, there's Mama Miss Sherry Staten over on the Facebook side as well. Who else we got? We got Bronya, Miss Bronya, aka from YouTube. She's Brony Cat 1. She is right there saying, good morning, Lock Stars. It's Thriving Thursday. I gotta hit my gong. When somebody names the day. It's Thriving Thursday. God has given you the green light. That's my tambourine. Better call my song titles out. God has given you the green light to go after what is rightfully yours. Let's get it. Yes, I love that. I can. Yes, using a song title of mine in the morning shout out there, in the affirmation there. Yes, it's Thriving Thursday. And with today's conversation with Greg Thompson, you're going to figure out some ways to thrive. And of course, Bronya always gives us, I call it the church lady announcement. There it is right there. Welcome to Zeke Live in the Morning with all of these illustrious hosts that we have. Grab your cup of liquid. A cup of liquid. At this point, it's Thursday. It don't even matter what kind of liquid it is. Just grab some liquid, put it in a cup, And then let's vibe. And today we vibing. Y'all hear the track? We just vibing this morning. We just vibing. Yeah, do you really know your worth? Let's welcome Mr. Jerry A. Thompson Jr. as he gives us a crash course about human value proposition. The human value proposition. We're going to discuss that at 8:30. So yes, thank you for that. Yeah, that's going to help you to thrive. That's going to help you to thrive. I promise it will. I promise you. I know the people I'm bringing here. I know it. And let's see who else we got. Miss Linda Lawson. There she is right there, all the way from my hometown, saying good morning and have a blessed day to everybody. So a good morning to you right back at you, Linda. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Linda, no, listen, Linda. Good morning to you, too. Shout out to Linda Lawson. Love you, girl. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Let's see who else we got. Got Miss Brenda Rose. Look at that, y'all. Good morning. It's Thursday, Thanksgiving, Thursday, Treating Thursday. My God, I need a organ. Hold on. I gotta hit the phone. Hold on, hit the key. I need an organ so I can. You just said a whole lot. I need to, the church they buckle and they doing all of that. Y'all know they got different types of praises. They got the ones who be doing all of that. They got the ones that be waving around. They got the ones that take off running. They got the ones that be doing the windshield wiper. They got the ones that just be blowing. You say he's a blower. Like, yeah, he's a blower. Look at him. He's a blower. Yeah, just blowing breath all over the place, praising the Lord. But there's one of the moments you got to praise the Lord right there. Miss Brenda Rose just gave us a whole lot of names today, and you can take all of those that affirm them. Thirsty, that's why you got to get your cup of liquor. I got my coffee. I got to refill. I'm checking something. And forgot to refill my cup, so I'm about here with it. I need to get it right about here before we engage with our guest this morning. But be thankful, keep trusting, find treasure, and keep on treating. Don't just be a treat. I mean, don't just receive treats, but be a treat to somebody, Yeah, thank you, Ms. Brenda Rose. Definitely appreciate that. Definitely appreciate those reminders of affirmations this morning. That's just good wisdom. And of course, she's saying good morning to everybody, all of the hosts, to my wife, all the listeners, the lock stars. Ms. Brenda Rose is saying hi to everybody. Y'all take notes. Rhonda ain't the only person around here. Speaking of Rhonda. Good morning, Rhonda on the rock. I gotta sing her song. Rhonda on the rock. Y'all know she'll be with us tomorrow. And actually, I gotta load up because tomorrow we're gonna discuss a little bit, like a preview of an episode that she's got coming out. I gotta look for it. So we'll give y'all a little preview. If you haven't already, if you follow on our page, you've probably already seen it. But for those who have not seen it, maybe tomorrow I'm gonna share a clip that Rhonda shared with me from the show, and it was good. When I get done talking, I've been feeling like I sounded like an idiot, like I was rambling. But that was actually a pretty good episode. Rhonda was right. It was a good clip, right? So tomorrow we'll share some of that, and then we'll engage in that conversation as well. Y'all know it's always a good time. Rhonda gets here. She's the prom queen of the show. That's what I call it. So y'all keep in prayer. She's dealing with y'all's kids, though. Y'all keep in prayer as she's dealing with y'all's kids. We talked about that the other day. Remember, like, who are these kids, y'all? They done raised. Who are these kids? Rhonda is the one trying to keep them together. Y'all keep her in prayer. Shout out to Rhonda. And look who it is, y'all. We got J.R. Willie L. Jordan. Y'all shout out to J.R. Y'all know him lifted, his family lifted. Of course, y'all know they just laid their mother to rest. Mother Bell Jordan, they just laid her to rest. And beautiful services. I was there for they had a 2 nights, which was that Thursday night a week ago, and on Friday morning the funeral services, and they were both beautiful services. You hate to call them beautiful. You know what I mean? But keep their family lifted in prayer as they've just done that. That's hard to bear your mama. I thank God that I've not done that. But for those who have, you understand what that is. And so keep them lifted in prayer. Y'all know JR gave us that song that we play almost every day on this show. Miss Frida. In fact, I will probably play that leading into the next segment. Y'all know he's the one that gave us such a gift. And he's got so much other music. He's so gifted to the world of music and the world of, specifically of house music. So shout out to JR. Y'all keep him lifted. And we saying good morning to you, sir. And who else we got here? We got Chris Hood with the yo. And he is, take note, he's saying hi to everybody. Look, we tease Rhonda all the time about how everybody always say hi, Rhonda. They get so excited. Like, it's really funny to us, actually. It's really hilarious. We love it. But then now we be like, take notes, everybody. We here. Me and Eric are here too. Like, anyways, no. Hood wrote a novel this morning. Y'all go ahead and read that novel. Y'all buy Hood's book. It's right. It's all the way to Amazon. No, Hood says good morning. Good morning. What's up? He's saying, oh, you got to scan in Martin Lawrence. Like, what's up? I ain't got the voice to do it. My goodness. He said, hold your head high. Never look back. Stay locked in. Just ride with it. No matter what tries to slow you down, you got to be the one to stay focused, stay grounded, and keep pushing forward. So that's right. Today we're moving with positive energy and good vibes. All that stuff. We winning, y'all. We winning. Shout out to Chris Hood for his New York Times bestseller novel that he just gave us on right there in the comments. See that? That's my boy, man. That's my dog right there. Let's see. Look who it is, y'all. Sheridan Davis. Yo, Sheridan, what's up, girl? What is up? What's up? Good to see you today. Glad that you're here with us. I said something stupid earlier. I don't remember what it was. She started laughing at it. So shout out to Miss Sheridan. Let's see who else we got here. My girl Rita. What's up, Rita? It's Rita Renee Miller. Rita, am I gonna see you tomorrow? You know I love you when you're around. Am I gonna see you tomorrow? Yeah, come on through, Rita. That's my girl right there. I always give her a hard time. We call her. We be like, yo, look at this gangster right here. But she's not gangster. She's a sweetheart. She's a sweetheart. Yeah, Miss Rita, that y'all been with me. So shout out to her. Rhonda, yeah, I know this is wild right here. That's wild. The master of praise. That's almost bad. I'm almost bad. Remember Byron Cage is the Prince of Praise and Worship? I was like, oh man, I didn't know he had royalty in the gospel music world in that sense. But there it is. Look at that. Hood is going to be there tomorrow night. Thank you, Hood. I appreciate that. Let's see who else. Rita said she's going to try if she can make it. Look at that. See, look at my girl. I know you're going to. I'm just all right, just a couple more shout outs, then we got to move on. Let's see here. Y'all know how I feel about the mamas of the show. There's my mother-in-law, Miss Sherry Bacon. That's my wife's mama. There she is right there. And she's saying, good morning, Lockstar family. It's Let's Go Thursday. Give it to peace. All right, mama, look at that. Let me hit my gong. The name of the day, Let's Go. There we go, right? Let's go. What are you trying to go with? In this conversation we're going to have next will help you to figure out where you're going to go, how you're going to go, So, yeah, I got to hit that one. There it is. So, yeah, y'all go show my mother-in-law some love right there. And I told y'all my wife is back home. She's been in the hospital, so she's back home. So I appreciate that. Let's see who we got. Let's just couple more. I got to go. My auntie Regina is here saying morning, nephew and Lockstar's family. Yeah, what's up, auntie Regina? And she named the day. I got to hit my gong for this one. I got to hit my gong. I got to hit some trap music for this one. But I'll go with the gong instead. I think I need some trap music for this. It's Don't Try Me Today, Thursday. That's Try Jesus, not me. So, yeah. I think we play some trap music behind that one. Yep. Let's see here. All right, that's all we got. That's all I got. There we go. Made it through all of that. Praise ye Jehovah. All right, y'all. We have coming up great conversation that's about to happen. Amazing conversation. I told you, share this one. I don't tell y'all often to share what's going on. I don't tell y'all often to do all that. I just want you to just enjoy it. But today, I think you might want to share this one. I think you might want to share this with somebody, especially if you got an accountability group, if you've got a group of people that you are making plans and goals and things with, or maybe you're just a selfish person. You just want to hold all this information to yourself, and I guess that's okay too. But by the end of this conversation, you might not be a selfish person anymore. You might switch that around. But this is one of those conversations you definitely want to be involved in. I trust me with it when I say this is going to be a life-changing situation. I saw my cousin just pop up in the back. There he is. Yo, he's here. He's here. So I'm excited for this one. Jerry ThompSon is here with us. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to take a real quick music break so I can grab me some more coffee because I need it for this. And then we're coming right back with the one and only Jerry ThompSon. He's been here before, and I promise y'all it's been real good. It was real good when he was here last time. People still tell me they go back and watch those clips. So you definitely want to share this conversation on today. But for now, let's do something real quick. Let's take a quick music break. I'm going to do this one for, actually, you know what? Let's see. Rhonda, this one is for you right here. This is for you, Rhonda. We'll play CP the Genius, and then we'll come right back with Jerry ThompSon. Share it with somebody. Get your coffee. Get your notebook. You definitely want this. I'm telling you. I promise you. I'm not kidding you when I say it. All right, y'all. We'll be right back.
No, I never did love, just a pastime. Told myself the last time was the last time. So tell me why. I know that I'm safe for all alone, but when I'm with you, I lose control. And I'm not new to heartbreak, babe, but that's a risk we all gon' take. Cause the vibe's just right. Thought I'd never fall in love again, but I just might. Cause the vibe's just right. Thought I'd never fall in love again, but I just might. It's risky, and I know it. Once we get to going, we can't stop. Feel like a locomotive, a runaway train out of control. And this could be unforgettable. I'm hoping we don't get off track, cause it's gonna be a long way back. Cause the vibe's just right. Thought I'd never fall in love again, but I just might. Cause the vibe's just right. Thought I'd never fall in love again, but I just might. Oh yeah.
Wake up in the morning, I'm blessed, I'm still here. Commanding my day and speak to it through prayer. He's the God of my day, God of my day, God of my day. He's the God of my day, He's the God of my day, God of my day, God of my day. He's the God of my day. Some people wait until something happens, then they start praying that it isn't so. What if you did things different, can you imagine the favor that follows wherever you go? My prayer's not based on my day now. My day is based on my prayer. By grace he has everything I say now. He is good. My prayer's not based on my day now. My day is based on my prayer. So even if it doesn't go my way now, He is good, he is good, he is good, he is good. Wake up in the morning, I'm blessed, I'm still here. Commanding my day and speak to it through prayer. He's the God of my day, God of my day, God of my day. He's the God of my day, He's the God of my day, God of my day, God of my day. He's the God of my day.
I put my foolish pride aside in acknowledgement of your goodness. Everything is the Lord's in the earth in its fullness. Was deaf to the voice from the pulpit. Straighten up my mind from the thoughts that were crooked. Isolated from the shame, totally dependent on self. Now I abide in your shadow, in your presence I dwell. Deserved to fall, but was caught before I fell. Was so hard-headed, too stubborn to ask for help. Unworthy of your grace, begging you for lighter loads. Till I met a single mother in survival mode. Made me reject all the lies that I've been told. And made me reflect on the codes that I uphold. I'm a leader. Hey Drizzle, thank you for the feature. Exposing the manipulation of the great deceiver. Ain't no creature. And I ain't perfect either. Following instructions, edify all my believers, Mario.
Wake up in the morning, I'm blessed, I'm still here. Commanding my day and speak to it through prayer. He's the God of my day, God of my day, God of my day. He's the God of my day, He's the God of my day, God of my day, God of my day. He's the God of my day.
Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Well, y'all, guess what, y'all? I told y'all that I've got a very special guest. A very, very, very special guest that's coming to the stage right now, and y'all do not want to miss this. So share it with somebody. If you're on the YouTube side, make sure you subscribe, turn on your notifications, all that stuff like that, because we go live every morning. I don't know whose crazy idea it was to do that, but that guy is wild. And if you're on the Facebook side, we love you too. But you know, YouTube is where it's at. Anyways, y'all, guess who I've got this morning? Guess who I've got? Well, I already told you who I have, so you don't even have to guess that hard. That's how smart you are. We've got listen, y'all. Okay. How do I describe? How do I do an actual introduction for somebody who does everything? When I say everything, I mean everything. When I was trying to decide, should I leave the corporate world or not? He was somebody I could go to because he's mastered the corporate spaces. When I was trying to figure out how to like do studio work and everything like that, he was who I went to because he mastered like I'm talking about music studio spaces. When I was trying to figure out how to just do stuff with, like thinking about family and all that, he mastered those spaces. When it comes to literally, he's a master of everything. That's how I'm going to describe him. And I've been blessed that the Lord decided to put me in the same family with this person. I don't know why the Lord loved me that much, but whatever the universe said that you're going to be in this guy's family. It was much of a blessing, and now I'm so excited to be able to share that blessing with you all. It is the one, the only Jerry A. ThompSon. Y'all welcome my cousin to the stage. What's up, cuz?
Yeah.
What is up?
I've listened for a while and listened to what you've been saying in the accolades. We might have to change the topic for people to be like how to process disappointment. Dude, that's a lot. That's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of really kind things to hear from a family member. I appreciate it.
Oh, well, you know how I feel. It's the honest to God's truth, man. It's the honest to God's truth. It, like I said, you mastered kind of everything. Like, and really honest. And I say this to people all the time. I'm always bringing your name up and stuff. I'm like, there's very few people I know who, whatever they do, they figure out how to master it. I mean, right down to little stuff like when you this goes back to, I think maybe in St. Louis, y'all did the chili competition or something. And you was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
never
yeah.
made chili. And then you took first place. Like, he's like, this is the first time I ever made chili. Like, and you won first place. Like, what? Who does that? Like, you know what I mean?
Not only the first time I made it, I don't even eat chili. I
See
don't
what
like
I'm
chili.
saying?
Yeah, but I just try to figure out, but if I did like it, how would I probably like it? And that's what I do.
That's what I mean. Like, that's a certified genius, y'all. That's a certified genius. That's a
Oh, wow.
man. So check out who we got here real quick. Let me say a couple hellos. Mama Pastor Cynthia Cohen is here. This is Rhonda on the Rocks' mom. So she's here, and I like to always show her love. She's just the salt of the earth. Say hi to everybody. So hey, Mama, what's up? What's up? But look who else is here. Is the one and only Dr. Guthrie Ramsey. There he is right there. There he is right there, man. Look at that. He is, and this is another certified, like, just to even know who this person is. Again, whatever the universe has thrown my way to make me come in contact with people like y'all is amazing. And then look who just popped in. My mama is here. Y'all, my mama saying, what's up, cuz bro?
Right. Yeah, what's going on, Lisa? Good to see you. And
Yeah,
I don't
man.
want to do the thing where it's like, hey, we need to catch up. Just call me. Just call me.
Right. We need to catch up. I'll give you a call. I do that to people all
Right.
the time, and then I get busy and I forget. And then just I
Mhm.
hate it. Yeah, I've had to
Where-
realize
so-
about myself.
So where do you want to start, and where do you want to take this conversation?
Man, so there's so much that I've got this whole outline in front of me as well with at least the outline of the of the thing that we came up with. Maybe we should start with this. Like, just really how we came up with. Well, first I want to say this. What is the human value proposition? Like,
Right.
just maybe a general idea to set people with what that is. And everybody, I promise y'all, you might want to grab some notes for this. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you.
Yeah, I mean the human value proposition is really about what is my proper placement, right? Where do I belong? What are the people? What are the things that I'm supposed to touch, influence, help, guide, or whatever that is? But understanding that with a level of specificity that we usually don't get to, right? So
Mhm.
really simply, it's that in a lot of what I do, both personally and in business, is about value, right? Because what do people pay for? They pay for the value. They don't care about your product. They don't care about your company. They don't care about your service. They care about the value. They care about the questions you answer, the problems you solve,
Mhm.
and the needs that you meet, right? And so it is a value exchange. And then, whatever we get in terms of reward, compensation, dollar wise or whatever, it really is in response to the value. And so I've been really captivated by that term and what that means for a really, really long time. So, like, when we got into our conversation last week and I asked you a couple pointed questions, given all that you've done, I was really surprised that he's like, oh, I never thought about it. And part of me is like, well, what the hell have you been doing then? Like, I don't understand. It's like if you don't know your value and what you're supposed to do, then in my opinion, anyway, and this is my opinion, then you are an extra in someone else's movie, right? You're a pawn in someone else's chess game because there's something that activates you on a daily basis to do what you do. But what is that driver? What is the impetus, right? Is it just that you go out and you're trading, time for dollars, right? And so you're really survival driven. You're not vision driven. You're survival driven. I have to do these things, and then where I can fit in some things that, quote unquote, matter to me, then I fit those things in, right? Or I have now created this base of obligations that I have. So I have to go do these things to take care of those things. And you can stay in that cycle for a lifetime, but never really understand what is it that I'm supposed to do. Because if a lot of people are honest, there's a level of dissatisfaction, right, that people have with what they do. There's a level of dissatisfaction that people have with what they get,
Mhm.
right? And they want to be in other spaces. They want to do other things, but it's a lot that happens in our heads, in our hearts, and our minds from our childhood, from the environments that we're in that keep us from ever being able to, to anchor ourselves on that.
Mhm.
Right. I'm going to stop there because let me just say the next thing I want to say about that. The easy default is to blame God. Right. Um, because now we're waiting. I'm waiting to understand what I'm supposed to do. Well, like you 60 with bad knees, a bad hip, and arthritis. Like what are you waiting for? Like you clearly have missed something, but it's a sustainable, acceptable position for a lot of people to say it's not me. I'm waiting for some external influence to tell me what it is that I'm supposed to do. So that's a lot of words. Let me let you get in here before I get going too much.
No, but I mean that right there, that's such a great place to start right there. Yeah, like you said, when we were having that conversation, I remember what I was doing. I was walking from Dunkin' Donuts. It was me me and Marvin had taken a walk. Shout out to Marvin. We had taken a walk just, around the block doing some stuff. And we decided to go to Dunkin' Donuts. And I'm just on the phone. And as I'm walking down the block and you hit me with this question, I'm just like, I remember walking back into the office and just being like, yeah, I've never thought about that, dude. I don't know. But then, like I said, one of the things that made it so life changing, I kind of said this in the intro as well, like, is that you do get caught in this cycle. And I had to realize that for myself. Like, there's some cycles that I think I've been caught in before. You know what I mean? Where it's like not really thinking about what I'm actually bringing to the table, but
Right.
like always still showing up on time, like giving it my all. And, and when you place it like that, it becomes, yeah, you a pawn in somebody else's, your character in somebody else's movie, your character in somebody else's book. Like you're the one who, you and maybe you bring the value that's there, but if you don't recognize it, and for me,
Right. Well, and that's the thing, that the value has to be recognized. It has to be owned personally, right? So foundationally, let me lay down this last question for people,
sure,
to maybe help them as we go through some of this. Is if you don't know exactly what it is that you're supposed to do, how is it that you're so busy? And what is it that you're doing? Right? Because I call it manufactured busyness. Right? Like you have people that just like from the time they get up to the time they go to sleep, they have something that they're supposed to, I got to be here, I got to meet there. But what are you building? What are you driving? What are you developing? What are you cultivating? Who are you helping? And so then we think about what it is that I'm supposed to do. And we have to think about, how do I fit that in? Because you have all these other things that have already cluttered and defined the normal way in which you sort of work your way through life. And so like the real thing you're supposed to do, the real problems you're supposed to solve, the real questions you're supposed to answer, the real needs you're supposed to meet, it's like now you're going to try to fit that in part-time or in your spare time. And your life is still dominated through this manufactured busyness of things that keep you going, but really don't have any outcome, no output. You don't get to see the benefit of what you're doing in a way that truly resonates, to say that's my contribution. That's where I'm supposed to be. So, in our conversation, what I love about those moments is, even for myself, like I come up with these moments of clarity. And that's a Brony saying she needs a cat. Got
that live free cat, yeah.
But that framework that came out of our conversation, right? And I said to you prior to that conversation, I had never said those things in that way, right? And so the first thing we talked about was you defining what this value is that you bring to the world, right? And then we moved on to, then once you define it, then you need to develop it, right? You need to perfect it. You need to sharpen it. You need to shape it. You need to know how to wield it and what it's for, who it's for, all those things. And then the courage to deploy it, like to just do it, right? Not to wait for an invitation, not to wait till the coast is clear and all that stuff. Just like to just go out and deploy it and put it out into the world. And then the last thing is, should the need arise, to be so convinced that if we now have to defend our value proposition, we're able to do that. And so that was literally the first time that framework had come about. And then, I think I was talking, when I was speaking to you, you're walking from Dunkin' Donuts. I was driving from Fajardo in Puerto Rico to Old San Juan, right? Hung out there for a while. So then on the way back, the article that you have, I dictated that, right? And then turned it into the piece of content that you have, which we'll talk about that if people want to get access to it.
Sure.
And we'll show them how to do that a little bit later.
Yes.
So it was a moment for me as well, because again, in any way that we can specify what it is that we are supposed to do, then that's even better for us, right? And so the more clarity we get, the more purposeful each step is, and then we can go out into the world and do what it is that we're supposed to do. And so let me say this lastly, and then we can kind of take this where you want to go. The idea that I know what my value is, right? What is worthy of an exchange? What is worthy of a reward, right? What is making an impact? Um, the way that we go about delivering that to people and making sure that it is what it's supposed to be, right? It's super important, right? And so I think that there is an individual aspect to it, but a lot of us, our value proposition is also tied to others. So this idea of community comes into it. And so let's just dive into it. I really want to respond to your questions, your parts of how you took the conversation. Like, what have you done with that information since? And then if we can even get some contribution from the listeners, people who are watching us right now, then that'll make it even kind of more fun for me.
Yeah, for sure. I thought you were going to say something else. Yes. So I'll answer that question then. I'll answer that question real quick. What have I done with that since? First off, let me go here. Like you said first, what did I take from that? Well, the first thing I took, of course, was just trying to define what that was. And for me, it's going back and thinking about that even more. And that's like a process in and of itself. And this is how I realized, like within it, I realized like, oh snap, I think I'm the character in a bunch of other people's books. Like I think I've been the character in a bunch of other people's books. But with that, for me, I remember on that day when you asked me, the first thing that came to my mind was like, I think I like help offer people perspective. And I felt like that was a dumb answer, so I didn't say it at first. And then so I was like, well, tell me what yours is. And you said something or whatever. I was like, oh, see, I was going to say something along those lines. And he was like, no, that's good. Now, what will you do with that? And then it just made me realize, like, okay, if I do that, then what am I bringing? For instance, like even in the light of like this show, for instance, I'm getting up every morning, 7 a.m, putting this show on, doing this thing, talking to the Lockstar listeners, right? Doing that kind of stuff. But are we just, am I just getting on and it's just like one day we'll say, oh, that was this thing we used to do? Or did I offer that perspective that I said that I brought, right? So now it's like, even reshaping that. When it comes like to my music stuff, because y'all know me, I'm notorious for writing 10,000 songs and the world never hearing them. But you know what I mean? But that comes to like me realizing I get so caught up doing other things. This is what I meant. I think I play the character in so many other people's books at times or other people's story. Like why am I not a lot of times getting stuff done? Well, because I get busy doing this and I got to be here and I got to be there and I got to be at that. And then I'm the one who will take it, put me on the back burner. And so like even just as recently as yesterday, had a management call and team hit me up and we were like, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to shift that. And I just had to be honest when I said, after this conversation, I realized the reason sometimes stuff just gets down between the cracks is because I take on so many other responsibilities trying to help or trying to do stuff. So if it's about making sure that what I'm going to bring to the world, I have to put that now at the forefront. And again, like just having that conversation just made me think about that. I don't think had I had that conversation, I might have said that, but I might not have really meant it because somebody else going to ask for something else. And I'm going to be like, oh yeah, I can do it. But now the answer no feels a whole lot better. There's been a few things that I've literally just said no to. Things told somebody, yeah, I'll be there. I got you. It was like, no. I got to get this done. I got to get that done because as you put it, when we were talking, I don't remember saying it like this, but you're robbing the world.
Yeah. Well, and sometimes our yes is completely irresponsible. Right? It really goes against our value. But yet, yes can be comfortable because we don't like uncomfortable moments. We don't want to disappoint people. So we say yes, but sometimes that is the most irresponsible thing that you can do. And so while, maybe elevating up to this conversation in terms of what your personal value proposition is, maybe it sounds like a feature set, an add-on or a bonus. I'm like, no, it's much more foundational than that. And kind of where you were going is the most sobering part of it is if you have defined what that value is, right? and you know who that is for, right? Who is your audience, right? Who are the people that are whose lives are supposed to be touched by what it is that you bring, right? Let's just and take that part of it very, very seriously.
Yeah.
The question we have to ask is, what happens in the world if I don't deliver it?
Yeah. Yeah.
If I don't bring that, if I don't share that, if I don't show that, if we are really convinced of what our value is, then we have to accept that if we don't do it, then somebody somewhere in the world goes without something that they require, that we're uniquely placed here to provide to them. Right?
Yeah.
And that's how a yes can be completely irresponsible, and it betrays the people that you were designed to touch.
Man.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's the sobering part of it.
Yeah, yeah. That makes me think like on a practical sense, like if I had like, I don't know, children and I was supposed to go pick my kids up from school at 3:00 and somebody asked me, can I pick them up from work at 3:00? And I say, yeah, I can do that. So my kids have to wait because they're an hour away in traffic. So now my kids have to wait an hour and a half before I can get to them. Then that yes to somebody else was completely irresponsible. I just, you know, like, I mean, I almost think about like, you know, maybe that's a
And that's, I think that's a great example, Zeke, because while the children are waiting, they're not protected.
Yeah.
They're not covered.
Yeah.
Right. And so now the anxiety that you have while you're driving to them is hoping that they're there and that they're okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All of that could have been avoided if you had been more responsible with your yeses. Right. I thought about it. I was listening to you earlier, and what I thought about is like and everyone I think can relate to this. Is like if you've ever participated in a potluck, right? In a potluck, everybody's supposed to bring something.
Yeah.
How many times have we been at the potluck and someone who has something essential to the success of this whole thing is late or doesn't show?
Oh,
right?
Yes.
So let's say all the food showed up, but you have forks. Right? And we tried to give you something that we knew you could do. Right? You don't have to cook nothing. You don't have to fall anything out. You don't need your grandmama's recipe. All you need to do is be here. But the absence of that one person filling their role deflates the entire event, right? Because in a potluck, it's like, this is the thing that I'm supposed to do, right? It needs to arrive. It needs to arrive on time. It needs to be consumable by all the people who are supposed to be able to consume it. And it's supposed to be, you know, an enhancement and not a detraction, meaning it's going to make you feel good and great, not make you sick and have you throwing up. You see what I'm saying? But if you think about it in terms of what your contribution is, it is that we show up, is that it is well prepared, is that it is consumable by the people that it was designed for. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna let that breathe a minute. And let me see what.
Let's see what's in these comments here.
So Brony is asking the question. This is an interesting one. Is how do we know whose lives we are designed to touch? Right. And so I'm gonna take a stab at it. Right. I do know the first part of that answer is it's certainly not the people that you're chasing for attention, for recognition, and for acknowledgement. It's not those people.
Yo,
right?
wait a second. That's you said. I remember you saying that before, but that just hit a different way. Based on the question that you just hit, when you say it's not the people that you're chasing, and I think that you know, and I'm always vulnerable with it, right? So I know for a fact that I've spent a lot of time trying to chase and impress and do other stuff, and it caused me to just go stagnant. I mean, just completely stagnant or burnt out or whatever. Yeah, not the people you're chasing. Yeah,
there you go.
Well,
so think about it. So when you're chasing, right, you're also shape shifting. Right? You are contorting yourself into something that is acceptable for someone else. So again, you betray your own personal integrity when you do that. But then what you also end up with is now you're wearing this mask. Right? And so this is my belief about what happens when we wear the mask is over time the mask gets really heavy.
Yeah.
Wearing the mask, it's hard to breathe. And if you wear the mask long enough, it gets to be really tough to take it off. So now not only do people not know who you really are, you could lose sight of who you really are. Because when you look in the mirror, you're not seeing you, you're seeing the mask. You've seen this form of yourself that you've taken on to make yourself more consumable to an audience that you were never designed for. And so the shape shifting, the conforming, the playing along, the getting along, it never ends. So the level of stress and anxiety, right? Rewards that don't feel like rewards.
Yeah.
Confirmation is not really confirm. You see what I'm saying? Like all these things happen because we're not being honest with ourselves. We're not patient enough to cultivate our audience. Now, so let me try to do even better for Brony. Understanding what your reach is, right? So once you've defined it, the next part of it is for you to develop it, to refine it. How good can you be at this thing, right? As you kind of go along your path. And then it's not about who you're chasing, it's more about who are you attracting. Who is that person, right? Like, okay, so we all create music. And what people may not understand is that the point that you go to actually release that music can be a point of very high anxiety, right? Because it's one thing to have it in the confines of my studio, right? And I share with a couple friends, and they're on my team. They're like, "Yeah, it's great,
greatest thing
but
ever."
we know that once we put it out, it's now open for criticism, right? People's critique, people's opinions. It's this, it's not that, blah 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 blah. And for some of us, especially creatives, because we're so emotional about it, that can really throw us, right? That
Like
could send us.
you said, I'm sensitive about my right. Yeah.
Right. And so it is then that idea of the only people that I am looking for are the people that I am designed to help, to influence, to partner with. Those are the only people I'm looking for. And so if it's 5, cool. If it's 50, all right. Maybe it's 500, maybe it's 5,000. But we are very, very distracted by people that we are not intended to help. And the only way that we could even manufacture something that looks like help is to contort ourselves into something that's not real. And then we wear the weight of that emotionally, right? And that ends with depression and vices and all sorts of other things that come out of that because we cannot look at ourselves in the mirror with true integrity, right? And think about the things that we're afraid of, right? Why are we afraid of those things, right? Like, how can I say this? I want to be gentle. There's some environments that we're in where we can be compelled to do things that are not things that we're supposed to do, right? We do it in the name of fellowship. We do it in the name of getting along. We might do it in the name of ministry. This is not the thing I'm supposed to do. But we're compelled to do those things, right? And again, the shape shifting, right? This disingenuous expression of ourselves. But there's some things that you are afraid of that is the thing that you're supposed to do. You have to be able to distinguish that, right? And when you are creating a thing, manufacturing a thing, coming up with your solution, your better mousetrap, the way that you approach whatever that is, like, do you not have a clear vision of what that person looks like? Who they are? Can you not put yourself in their shoes and sort of pre-play the experience they should have with what you're doing? Like, I really do believe it comes down to that level. It's like, I need to be able to have an image of the person that I'm building for, the person that I'm intending to help, the person that I'm looking to partner with, whatever. I need to have a clear vision of what that is. Not that I'm just doing this sort of scattershot thing and I'm hoping that someone shows up, right? Because the people that it's intended for, man, it's going to be like you just brought them water in the middle of the desert. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're going to see this sense of relief with them. You're going to see these moments of clarity they get. It's like, now my world makes sense because you showed up. Right?
Yeah.
I can get through this moment because you were here doing, like, in my corporate life, there's a lot of things I like about corporate. It's just a lot of masquerading and, really big egos and, politics are hostile. But I really leaned into those moments where I could be either with an individual one-on-one or with my team. And it is out of nowhere, I have this sense of I'm exactly where I need to be with these people doing exactly what I'm supposed to do. And there's nowhere else I would rather be.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so what I'm asking for the people who are out there, like, how often do you have that feeling that said, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be right here and now with these people doing this thing? That's you being in the center of your value proposition.
Ooh. Ooh.
Right.
Ooh.
And it's
what's
not about
crazy-
applause. It's not about accolades. It's not about, and it's like the sense that you have in the core of your being. This is where I'm supposed to be with these people doing this thing. I don't care if you're helping an old lady across the street, teaching children how to read, coming up with the cure for a disease. It doesn't matter. But how often do you have that sense, that feeling from the core of your being?
Mhm.
I'm where I'm supposed to be with these people right here and now doing this very thing.
Ooh.
I'm
And
gonna
what's
stop
crazy
there.
is, I was gonna say it's crazy because it's like I know I've had moments of that, but then it goes into this other thing that we were talking about before. It's like you put that aside sometimes, and for whatever reason, whatever reason, I don't know, maybe it's not paying well enough, and you got to work, you got to make the money, you got to pay the bills, or maybe it's because, like you brought up, maybe it's church. Like somebody told you you're going to hell if you don't do this or something like that. Some people wear that real anxiety, or maybe it's I don't know. It's because you can't. I don't know if you work for Coca-Cola, you really do love Pepsi more than you love Coke, but you better not be caught with a Pepsi can at the Coke plant. I mean, it's like for whatever reason, but at the
It's
same
like wearing a
time,
Dallas jersey to an Eagles game. You lucky if you make it to your car.
that sounds like something Bam Bam would do.
Right. All right. So let's do this then. So here's what this is what Abronia said. Then I'm gonna go back to what Chris said because it's going to
Okay.
preface the next thing that I'm going to say. So it is with their license that I'm going to say it.
Perfect.
So Abronia says, stop being gentle and give it to us, no chaser. Right. So then Christopher Hood says, he said, my question is, how do you separate yourself from people you once believed were meant to be in your life, but who in reality are not aligned with your growth? Great question. Then he says this, how do you navigate that process without damaging their feelings or losing yourself in the cycle of hurt and confusion? And what I'm going to say to you is, I understand why you're saying that, but you are just distracting yourself now. Because why am I preferring the people in a circle that I don't belong in when I should be focused on the people that I'm designed to help? You see what I'm saying? Like our value system in that is off. We're looking to give these people a soft landing, but every minute that you're doing that, the people you're designed for aren't getting what they need.
Yeah. But that's so true.
Did that help, Christopher? She said, she asked for it. They asked for it. So but seriously though, if we think about it, again, in the absence of what it is that you are designed to bring to the world, if you don't bring it, someone's going without. Why are you not running away from this other circle like a 5-alarm fire? It's like, I need to get over here. Y'all go let them do what they want to do. And I get it, because here's again, separation anxiety is a real thing, right? We are driven as human beings. We're driven on connectedness, right? We want to be connected to people, to groups. It gives us a sense of belonging, and it oftentimes is the foundation of our value, right? And so what I've seen is people who have that moment of clarity, recognition that I'm supposed to be over here, but you just showed up here. You haven't built anything yet. You haven't even you haven't delivered. These people kept you occupied, busy, pats on the back, all that stuff. So now you go over here and it feels barren, feels slow, right? Might even feel uncertain. But then you have this longing in your heart. You have this separation anxiety. And so the energy that it takes to keep a relationship or connection going is not just about them, but it's also about you. Because here's what I do know for a fact. is that if you withdraw your energy from that situation, it will die.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Right? And
Mm.
even when those relationships are on life support, who is it that goes back and re-energizes that?
Mm.
You.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing that. And now you're sucked back into the cycle again. But because you have not really, you've not attached yourself and you have devalued your value. And you have dismissed and betrayed the people that you're truly designed for.
Hmm.
What about them? Right. And so where this idea came from, so I'm saying it like people know what I'm talking about, is probably over the years, we hear all these people with these arguments about, all the problems that we have in the world and things that are happening, what's going left, what's going right, all those things. But some people respond, well, this is why I don't believe in a God, right? Because if there's a God, why do we have all these problems in the world, right? How could this God see all this suffering and all? And I get this. It's a reasonable question. But the way I like to look at it is this, is that there's a clear recognition that we have challenges in the world. But I believe that every person that is born into the world is the answer for a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And the problems in the world persist because the people who are here that are designed to be that answer won't give it.
Oh.
They won't give it.
Yeah.
Right? And so now, again, we like to push off the accountability and the responsibility.
Exactly.
It's like, well, that's a God thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a you thing.
Or even like in churches, we'll use
It's a
language
us
all the
thing.
time. If God don't do it, can't nobody do it. If God won't do it, then can't. It's like, well, who did God put in the earth? Then,
But if you right, if you have come out of God, right, and it doesn't wherever your theology is, right, because that this part of the basis of that understanding is also backed by not just what is talked about in other religions, but also in science and metaphysics. All these things basically show up. And says that so then if you have come out of God, you are an expression of God. So therefore you are made with all the God stuff. Why aren't you doing the God things?
Bow. Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you are that expression in the world, why are you not doing it? And everything around us is accelerating at the speed of God. Let me explain what I mean by that. When I look at what is happening in the world, just from a technological perspective, in the last 50 years, man has done more to advance all of civilization in the last 50 years than we've seen in all recorded time. But now think about these three attributes that we align to God. All knowing, all powerful, present everywhere. Are we not designing our world now to mimic those very same things? Right? Do we not have access to pretty much all the information? As much as you can take, you got it. Right? Our influence, our ability to do things goes so much further than what our human bodies are capable of because of all these wonderful things we have around us. Right? And now think about it in terms of where we are. Zeke, you're sitting somewhere in or near Chicago, Indiana, somewhere. I'm sitting in Philadelphia. There's people who are watching us from Lord knows where.
Mm-hmm.
That feels like a little bit of omnipresence to me. Right. And so man is demonstrating those attributes, and we're doing it faster and faster, and it's getting more and more real. It's getting more and more powerful. And so somebody out there, like the people who invented all these technologies that were used, which most of them look like us, thank God. But the people who created these things, right?
Clap that T. Yeah.
Right. You see what I'm saying? But what are they doing? They are expressing, one, their godliness, and secondly, they're bringing value into the world.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
They're answering questions, they're solving problems, they're meeting needs.
Mm-hmm.
The formula is not that difficult. It's us that makes it the challenge. One is because we're at this stage in the game, right? So there's people probably watching us who'd be, in 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and this is still a big giant question mark.
Mm-hmm.
If you got an AARP card and you're just getting to this question, I'm telling you, you're late to the game. You're late.
Yeah.
And it's not the worst thing, but bust the move, because there could be decades of underserved people out there in the world that you were supposed to get to. What about them? Right? Think about those people. Envelop that in your heart, your soul, your mind. Those people. That's what it's about. And we'll talk a little bit about Optimist, my new company. But all of our conversations are value based, dude. It's like it's about the value. We don't even talk about the money.
Yeah.
We talk about the value because we believe that seriously, that if we deliver the value, the money's just a report card.
I like
right?
that.
It's just an outcome. But I mean, if you think about the people who've solved the biggest problems, right? So let's take a name that everyone might know. Take a Bill Gates. And I remember people having real issues when he was the richest man in the world. He had about $55 billion, right? Back when that was a lot of money.
Right.
And people not believing that he was deserving of that reward. It's like, okay, so let's back that up. Because anytime you change the course of human history, I think it's notable. It's like, did he really change the course of human history? He absolutely did. Because some of you are either, don't have the memory, or you might be too young to remember a world without a computer in every home, or several. Some of you right now got 3 or 4 computing devices, including your phone, your tablets, your laptops, your desktops.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a time where the idea that we would each have a computer in our home was thought to be ridiculous. No one's ever why would anyone ever need that?
Mm-hmm.
Bill Gates was part of making that a thing. And not to mention what Microsoft created, and that's not to say I'm the biggest Microsoft fan, but I am going to give them their props, is the tools that they created: Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access, BizTalk, those things. Rip those out of the world, and the entire productivity of the planet goes backwards. Right? And then the only thing they really gave you were blank templates of things, right? If you open up Word, it's nothing until you start to type something in it.
Right.
If you open up Excel, it's nothing. So they gave you basically templates that people could apply their need, their challenge, their issue, their creativity to, and now create things. So not only did he do that and just put on jet fuel the world's productivity, because of that, there's been offshoots of jobs that never existed before.
Mm-hmm.
Hundreds and hundreds of, by the way, very well-paying jobs. So then he brought more economic value into the world. And all he got was a measly $55 billion out of it, when he created trillions and trillions of dollars worth of value and helped to advance the course of humankind. I feel like somebody should write him a check. He only got $55 billion after changing the world. But it's an issue for people, and it would make such a ridiculous argument because they don't understand value.
Mm-hmm.
All right? They can't see it in someone who did it at almost the highest level it's ever been done. If you can't see it with that clear an example, it's no wonder to me that you're missing yours.
Wow. Straight no chaser.
That was hard. I mean, we're going to take that back. That was that's a little bit of...
Oh, that's
a little bit of a
straight no chaser. Perfect. Like that's... Yeah.
All right, so I'm trying to see if there's any questions. I can't believe how long we've already been in this conversation, dude. It's been almost an hour. How are people even hanging around?
Well, I'm gonna put some credit here real quick. Bronya said to make sure that everybody goes and checks out your book. Definitely, you want to grab that book. Such good. It's I actually gave a copy of mine to a friend of mine in Norway. I was like, you know what, you're gonna get some value out of this, and I gave it to her before I left. It was a book and a workbook. Like she
You
got
gave
all
both
that.
away?
Yeah, I gave it all away. I just gave it to her. I was like, here, take this, read this, work on this. Trust me, it'll help you out. So go look at that up on Amazon. Principles of the Live Free Lifestyle, Volume 1. There's a book, there's a workbook, there's all of that. You said something earlier, and this stuck out to me in the conversation that we had when we were talking about this human value proposition stuff, the conversation that we've been referencing. And maybe to pull it back just a little bit to where we were a minute ago, we were talking about chasing people and chasing, other people's opinions and all that kind of stuff like that. And you said something that was so profound, like just thinking about numbers. I don't think people realize how many people 8 billion actually is, but that's the planet. There's 8 billion people on the planet. I mean, even if you had a million, if you had 50 million followers, like out of that 8 billion, even if you had 50 million followers, you don't even have a fraction of the actual population of the planet. So the time that you spend, the energy that you spend chasing, these, I don't know, 20 people at your church or at your job or at, trying to get a like on Facebook or something like that. There's like a whole world of other people that if you just do what you do and it gets out there, those people will come, like you said, like water, like an oasis of water.
Yeah, I mean, Zeke, think about it. When it's all said and done, we will be unknown by more people that know us.
Yeah.
Right. With 8 billion people on the planet. But if we're talking about, I want to make a living, right, from my value proposition, I still think the number is, depending on what the thing is, I think the number is about 1,000. Right. That if you could have 1,000 people who are connected and invested in what it is that you're bringing, the value that you're bringing to their lives, you need about maybe 1,000. Right. Because if let's say they just contributed $10 a month to you at 1,000, that's $10,000 a month. It's $120,000 a year. All right. It's not bad. Right. So it's not huge. And I mean that if you're a musician, if you're a writer, if you're whatever. Right. And again, I'm choosing a really small denomination of $10 to show how innocent it can be. But there's other things that you'll do that each person that you serve, the fair recompense for that could be $50, $100, $500 a month. But what my point is, if you have the focus, you can clearly define, and you really do have your radar out, right, to be able to distinguish and to make yourself visible to the people you're supposed to serve. These are not big numbers at all. This is like 0.00000001 of humanity. This is a really, really small number. So we don't have to have, a global, influence in order for us to make our impact on the world. Right. And so let me say this before we get to the end of this. So I think that the challenge with this is this idea, this Lone Ranger, sort of idea that we have right now, which is, by the way, that is played out. It was never true. It was never real. The self-made, whatever. It's just not a thing. And we
no new
I'm self-made. Yeah, no, you're not.
Yeah.
Right. Everything that you do involves the support, the skills, the capabilities, the contributions of others. Minimally, you're sitting on an infrastructure you did not build. Right. Like, see, you got this show. Did you create the internet?
No, Al Gore did that.
Did you create YouTube or StreamYard or there's always something or someone else that has to play a role. But we have this idea that I have to do this on my own. First of all, you need some healing.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, you talking to me, Tony? You talking to me?
But you need healing. You need therapy. Right? Because you are still bruised by other things that you went through with other people. You're wounded. Right? You're jaded. And so now you've built these walls. I'm going to do it myself. And in our community, it is really rampant. And again, I think some of this is still the aftermath of what Lynch put out there when they brought him up from the Caribbean to teach American slave masters how to build a better slave. I really think that's where some of that came from. You can look at that, you can find it and see what he taught them and see that we still have the residue that in our community. But really what it comes down to is a lack of trust.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then beyond that, then it's a lack of accountability. We don't want anybody to tell us what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We're not going to make ourselves accountable to someone else. But some of you, even in expressing your value proposition, did not mean you were supposed to go start me.inc. That's not what you're supposed to do. You still are supposed to partner with somebody or bring yourself under the tutelage and attach yourself to somebody else's thing. And in that, you guys partner and you build together.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody is built to be a CEO. Not everyone is built to be a leader.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And now, and again, in this current age, where I say this is the time for us to build our ark. You need to build an ark because there's a storm coming, whether you know it or not. If you can't see it, right, you on the ocean and it's moving this whole way. we need to have that focus, right? And so that's kind of the way I'm thinking about it. It's the way my family is thinking about it. So we are building the ark. So what do we know about arks? At some point, the door closes. When the door is closed, the door is closed. Right? And I'm telling people, turn up the music because I don't want to hear all the people knocking at the door trying to get in because you're not getting in. Right?
Right.
Everyone's gonna have everybody got a sob story and involvement, but to be part of the community, to get on the ark, we don't need your sob story. We need your accountability. We need your empathy. We need your ability to contribute, and we need your agility. If you don't have those, grow fins because you're not coming in here.
Grow fins. Grow fins.
No, that's mean. I'm sorry, y'all.
Listen, come on with it. Like, listen, Lockstars, I hope y'all are getting something out of this. I told you this is going to be good. I told you take some notes. It's going to be transformative. Y'all, we ain't even got into like half of the stuff, y'all. I don't think y'all really understand. Like, that's how heavy some of this stuff is. You mind if I bring to the stage somebody? I'm going to bring Rich to the stage, and this is I'm going to bring him up, number one, because he's one of the co-stars. But the other reason why is because we got into this just as recently as yesterday. Some of the stuff we're talking about right now, where it's like that, you know, where like people who manage me with stuff was like, look, we're going to have to take a different direction, Zeke. We're going to have to do a different thing. And obviously I won't tell everybody on live all the stuff we talked about, but you know, where it was like, okay, you can't do this on your own. You can't. And for me, it really is that, and we were talking very openly about this. I'll bring Rich up in a minute, but you know, was very open about it, where it was like, yes, that's scars. That's trauma talking. Like, you know, when you try to rely on somebody or depend on somebody for something and they just drop the ball or they just fall through. And then, you know, and one of the dangers, this wasn't the conversation we had this time, but we definitely said this to me before. Y'all, Tony be saying stuff to me, be forgetting that he said it, but it'd be changing my life. But
he does forget.
But like, people who are really good at doing a lot of things sometimes are in this dangerous place, because it's like it does become easier sometimes just to be like, you know what, since you dropped the ball, I can do that. I can figure it out. I'll get it done. And then you get it done. And maybe things work out all right. I mean, you were stressed out trying to get it done, but you got it done. Everything happened. Then it happens again. Somebody drops the ball. So you're like, well, I did it last time. If I did it before, I could do it again. And then you do that 3 or 4 times and you burnt yourself completely out now. Like not being able to walk in. So the trauma that comes from remembering how people did that, you know what I mean? Like that right there. Like you said, you need
can I add something to that though? Is that so some of us who are sort of uniquely gifted that we can do a lot of different things, and we pick up things, we learn things, we can implement, deploy faster than a lot of other people can. Mm-hmm. Here's your challenge, right? Aside from the fact that to be multi-talented, right? You know, and we know the Bible says to whom much is given, much is required. And we think that's in terms of just what we're supposed to do. Much is required of you to no, much is required for you to manage all these aspects of a personality, right? And who you are And the fact that people will interact with you through one thing that you do and deny this other part of you, so you never feel that people are talking to the real you. They don't know the real you. They just know these pieces of you, and then that can make you feel isolated. But the other thing I want to say is the fact that you have accomplished mastery in something that you're good at, quick at, polished at, does not diminish the value of what it's worth. And some of you, because you're good at something and you can do it fast, you think it's worth less. We have an entire industry called fast food that make their money on fast.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? But we think, oh, that wasn't that difficult for me to do. Somebody asked you to write a song, produce. That wasn't that difficult. That has nothing. Difficulty and value don't have really anything to do with each other.
Woo.
What was the problem that you solved? The question you answered, the need that you met. Right? Your expertise has to be worth something, not the speed. You're thinking like someone who's trading time for dollars.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Be clear on like what is the value. Like again, we haven't talked about Optimus, my new company yet. But like if people ask me, say, well, what do you guys do? We sell time, we sell competitive advantage, we sell speed, we sell quality. Right? Now it's hard. Those are intangibles. How do I get? But we know that the return on investment for anything that we do, no matter how simple it is for us to build, doesn't mean that it doesn't make a sustainable impact on that individual or on that business.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If I've freed you up now and you can now earn an extra $1 million a year in your business, the fact that I came up with that solution in an hour, does that make it worth $50? No. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So we don't. First of all, if you don't recognize the value, how do you ever get paid on it? All right, go ahead. Who you bringing on?
I'm bringing Rich up because everything you're saying, we just had conversations about this yesterday. So maybe the Lord is talking to me, y'all. Y'all welcome to the stage. We call him Past Star. Rich Holmes, my dog, my G. Tony, you remember Rich? There he is.
Oh yeah,
right
for sure.
there.
Oh man, what's going on, sir? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, I am doing excellent. Just enjoying this conversation, sir. It's been a great conversation.
It's been heavy already. We're gonna have to do like a part 2 and 3 on this, Tony. We're gonna have to do a part 2 and 3, like whenever your busy schedule will allow for it. Like
sure.
And then we also have to let people know where they can get this stuff and how they can get, this that I have in my hand, because what I have in my hand, that's why I say, y'all, we ain't even got through half of this stuff. We ain't got through like the 4 pillars framework or like we've kind of been hinting at it, but we haven't like.
We've been hitting that.
Yeah, we've been hinting at it. But
so let's do that first, and if you can put it up on the screen. For your listeners today, if they just send me an email with the word value as the subject, then they will get the document. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. And if they send it to my JATWorld, JATWorld125 @gmail address, then they'll have that.
Code word value.
Yeah, just put value in the subject, nothing else. They can, if they want to write something in the rest of it, knock yourself out. Just
there
do
it
that.
is right there, y'all. You guys can send an email, JATWorld125 @gmail.com. The code word in the subject line, you want to put value. Trust me, this is I don't have it on the screen. I couldn't get it to show up. I'm talented with some things, but some stuff I'm just dumb with. But this right here that I'm looking at, y'all, I'm telling y'all right now, this is something that it's an easy read. It's got some numbers in there. It's got some definitions and stuff in there. It's a document that you can take and you can just kind of glance through it. When I say glance through it, I don't mean like just glance through it in the sense of, oh yeah, that's good, and put it away. I mean, it's glance through it and it's easy to digest so that you can write it on your heart and it'll start changing your perspective. So send an email, JATWorld125, put in the subject line value. I would dare all of y'all to do that. And then make sure you get on. You got a mailing list or anything like that too, right? Like for books, Live Free Lifestyle, all that stuff like that.
When they send that, I'll add them to mine.
Got you.
I'll add them to
Yeah.
my list.
You definitely want to be on that, y'all. Trust me. I'll leave that on the screen for a minute. Rich Holmes.
So much we didn't even get to, like the new book this coming out, the Oral Guardian site,
like
the
a
whole
million things. I'm gonna let Rich ask a question real quick, and then before we close out, we can talk about the new company. We can talk about we can talk about all the stuff, the book and the company and stuff like that. But I know Rich probably gonna be burning with a question because, like I said, some of the conversation that we've been having already on the show, we were literally just talking about some of this stuff just yesterday. Like, I mean, just in a real call, and that's why I appreciate the team I have at least around me because they put up with me. So.
Hey, what's going on, Lockstar? Everybody, good to see everybody on here. I just got a simple question that I just want to hear from you when it comes to defining success. How do you kind of picture that? What does that look like? What should that feel like? Because I know so many people have a definition, and it can be so personal for others as well. But I would just like to hear, how do you define success?
Oh boy. I feel that that's a really personal thing. But if I had to go to a word, impact, again, if the value is based on questions we answer, problems we solve, needs that we meet, how do we measure that? Did we do that? And so that's on that side of it. And then the other side of it, the success of it, is what did I learn? Right. And if I'm working with others, how are we growing together through this? I think that all those are appropriate measures of success.
Yeah.
Now, if you are operating a for-profit organization and there's no profit, then clearly we need to readdress what we're calling success. Because again, some of us can. Well, I mean, thank you doesn't pay bills. Right? It doesn't pay staff. It doesn't pay for infrastructure, right? And so people could be all grateful and super happy for what you did, but hey, we're putting things out here that are making a meaningful difference. And it's so interesting that you asked the question because there's some places where we would not even think about it, right? Like if you were in desperate need, like a pipe burst in your home, right, and you have to call a plumber. A good plumber is they're not thinking twice about what they're about to charge you. Right? But because our value is murky to us, we're afraid to ask for what it's worth. Right? We discount it before it ever even comes out of our mouth.
Me.
Right? And we try to make ourselves the low-cost provider. Which is never a place you want to be in any market. First of all, you get the worst customers and clients when you do that.
Come on.
Right? If you're the low-cost provider, they're going to ask for more. They're going to want to pay less. They're going to complain. They're the biggest threat to your reputation. Is the person who wants you because you're the low-cost provider. They're never happy with anything. I want to find the person that we can have a mutual understanding of my contribution, their benefit, and then the value that presents, and then the payment that comes to me, and everybody be so happy about that.
Yeah.
Right. And this is what I'm saying. Stop chasing and find the people that you are designed for, because it's not even going to be an issue for them.
Yeah.
First of all, those people will understand value. They'll understand return on investment. They'll understand impact. They'll understand time saved, money saved, advancing, scale, like all those things that really matter. They'll understand that. If I can help you, let's say for I don't know, let's call it $50,000, right, in your business. But I can give you the benefit of, let's say, a whole extra employee that's going to add to your bottom line to the tune of $250,000. Are you really concerned about the 50 you just paid me? Because not only do you get the $250,000 this year, you get it into perpetuity every other year that comes after. In 4 years, that's $1 million for a $50,000 investment.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's a value level conversation, not people who are consumed in, sort of poor identity management and people who don't understand a value stream, and then it's all murky. And then you agree to the low price, but you don't feel good about any of the work you're doing. No, seriously. You detest almost every moment of it. And that person, because they're in that low cost arena, it's nothing but a pain in the butt anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
Like, they want me to get paid in, like, I guess maybe like gold coins from heaven. Like, I ain't waiting to get paid in the by and by. I need to get paid right now. Who's going to reward you? No, you're going to reward me.
Come on.
You're going to do it right now.
Shall men give? That's right.
Get paid at a chicken dinner and
I know we are in this one because I'm going to get silly. Just all right. Richard, do you have another question? Ask me.
How many musicians have fallen in that, though? For instance, I mean, just use it as an example. Like, I mean, you come from playing in the church world, but you understand
the guilt trip is so heavy. You don't be any better here than you are at home. Charity begins at home, but
that's where I was going to go. Like, in that space, like how do you kind of deal with that in that musician space, in the church realm, in that as you do those transitioning moments, because it's real.
You're in an environment does not recognize or it does not value.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't appreciate value. So therefore, it doesn't build on it. So it also does not have it because it can't recognize it. Like this is, you just realize, like, okay, I'm in circles around groups of people, situations, institutions, or whatever that are not in alignment with my value and how I'm supposed to. This is the term from our conversation, Zeke, in the way that my humanity is supposed to touch humanity.
Ooh.
I like that.
Ooh.
Right? This is a human on human game. This is the people on people game.
Yeah.
It's about my humanity, right? And how my humanity interacts with and touches the rest of humanity. Totally different level of conversation.
So it almost says that when you don't value me or value what I do, because what I do is tied to who I am. Once I realize who I am, what value I bring into the world, what my human value is, like when I recognize that and I say, okay, this is what it's going to take to pull that off. This is what it is. And when you can't recognize that, then you really don't recognize my humanity at that point. Like, you say you see me as a human, but not really.
Right. And you have the opportunity to walk away, or you can shapeshift into what they think you're supposed to be in the moment.
That's good. Even right in the point where you at right now, Zeke, just off the conversation, man. That's a good pivot.
I told you, y'all.
We had that conversation.
One of y'all, if I put myself in the center real quick, let's see. One of y'all hit me from the left, and the other one of y'all hit me from the right. Like Jesus Christ, like, because I mean, it's just honest to God truth, and like I said, it's just you find yourself in that cycle. And I could get on here every morning with everybody and try to encourage everybody and do all that stuff like that, and then turn right back around.
Yeah,
that'd be the main one who probably need to go back and play my own voice saying, no, what are your values? What are your goals? What are you doing? Because then I'll turn around and be like, I know you ain't got it. Okay, I still do it. And then end up in these situations too, because this is the other side of that. When you get so invested in the thing that you probably shouldn't have been doing in the first place, now not only are you not getting paid for it, but you find yourself paying for it. Like, oh, y'all need to, okay, y'all need a, I don't know. I'm music world, so I don't know. Y'all need a camera. All right, bet. I know somebody. I bring him. I give him some money, but that's coming out of my personal pocket, and this ain't even my thing. Or know, y'all need this ain't even my thing, but I'm gonna pay a whole band to be there. Like, so, you know what I mean? Like, and that's I've been down that road so many times, and I'm talking specifically from the music world right now. So people in the music world can run. But go ahead, Doc. Yeah,
but just to act, and maybe you kind of hit this a little bit because I love what you're talking about with value. One thing I want to understand: who establishes the value? Is it me, the person? I hear that the market can establish the value. Who establishes in your mind the value in order to go ahead and tie, to go ahead and ask for the price or whatever it is? Because I can see, you can't really put a price on value many times. I know we try to, and we have to in some spaces, but I just want to know, like, who actually develops and comes up with what your value is.
So you said it right. It has to come from both sides, right? Like you have to put a stake in the ground,
Okay.
right? But then value can be wrapped with other words like perceived value,
Okay.
right? What is the perceived value? Because there could be something that is so small, and on the other side, it is perceived as massive. There could be contributions that are massive, but the value is seen as small, right? And so if we're talking about from a business perspective, markets are going to have a lot to do with that, right? So let's say I've designed a widget that does something, and it used to take an hour. Now it takes, 15 minutes.
Okay.
That seems like it has some value. But if it's up against another technology that can deliver it in 5 minutes and mine is 15,
Yeah.
I'm no longer leading in that value, in the delivery of that value, right? Because that's the other thing. It's like, what is the actualize or what value is delivered? And then we have to talk about how do we measure that then, right? And in some schools of thought to say that if you can't measure it, you shouldn't do it anyway, right? But we get into things, again, more on hope than a strategy, right?
Yeah.
We don't determine how we're going to measure the success of a thing before it even begins. We don't assess whether or not there is a customer for the product before we build it. We think if we build it, they will come. Really? You see what I'm saying? And so I think that the realization, the definition, and the delivery of value, I think it starts on the front end, right? And then you should be able to digest that information before you even begin the process of what this thing is. But the large majority of what we do in our personal lives, what we do in our 501(c) lives, if you will, what we do in our businesses is all based more on hope than anything else. We do it based on our talent. We do it based on our capability. We don't ever, again, this is what I said early on. Do you have a vision of who your client is, who your customer is, who the person is on the other side? So that when you're building, it's like they're almost sitting right across from you. It's like, will this work for you? Is this what you're looking for? Is this what you need? What we do, and a lot of companies make this mistake, they build it and then tell the customer this is what you need. The customer's going to tell you what they need. They're going to tell you what the problem is and what matters to them. What the impediment is. Where's the poor quality? Where's the productivity? What markets do I want? They know that.
Yeah.
But we want to go in and tell them this is what it's going to charge you. And then we're asking them to shape shift for us. And we're supposed to be the one bringing solutions.
That's good, man. That's good.
And it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. Listen to your audience.
That I just told somebody yesterday. Like I got a lot of people that listen that come from the church world, and I said the same thing to them. I was like, it's crazy how it'd be a crazy restaurant that you would go to, and you would sit down, and they bring you like a hamburger, and you're like, bro, I was gonna order pizza, and they're like, no, we made burgers. This is what you're gonna eat. Like you would probably never show up to that restaurant again. For all my church people, though, how many often have we gone into church world or something like that, and it becomes that same thing though. There's somebody saying, "Oh, this is what you need. This is what I'm doing." You never get a chance to express your own self and engage. So somebody just says, "Oh, this is what we study and this is what we do." And I know there's a place for that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, taking like there's obviously you got to, set some stuff. You say we're offering this, whatever. But how many times have sometimes preachers, pastors, ministers, other things like that, or gurus or other folks who have some kind of leadership role actually engaged with the people that they're leading to say what you going through? Like, what you dealing with? What's that? So that then maybe from my perspective, I can help solve that goal as opposed to just, I'm gonna wait for it to come like gold coins from, what'd you say? Gold coins from heaven. Wait on the Lord to just drop it on me. And it's like, you don't have to wait on that. Actually, you can just ask them. You just ask this person, like, what you dealing with? You can create that humanity, because I think that shows humanity both ways. Like you recognize my humanity for what I do and the value in it. So that recognizes my humanity, but me recognizing your humanity, saying, no, I'm like you said, Tony, meeting a need, solving a problem, answering a question. So I'm recognizing your humanity, that you have needs, problems, questions, and then I have the ability to solve it. So like both of us in that way are recognizing each other's humanity.
So let me ask you both this question. When is the last time you were super happy to have money come out of your pocket to go to someone who was answering a question, solving a problem, or meeting a need for you? When was the last time? Like you just like the money, yeah, let's get past that. Like this is dope. This is
Like, I'm
this,
glad.
this is exactly what I needed.
Man, like 2 weeks ago, I ain't gonna lie, no cap.
What was it? Can you share it?
Yeah, no, it's with our network. I was able to partner with a great camera production company, and they took care of like everything I needed, from production assistant to all the things that I needed. And I was just so happy to let's connect and let's make this partnership happen.
Yeah, yeah, I get it. Yeah, every time I buy a pack of M&Ms, I mean. It seems small. Okay, how about my cup of coffee? I mean, it seems small, and I'm thinking about this on like a really small, practical level. But I mean, somebody took the time to figure out what M&Ms were, that and the other. And so every time I have to part with that, now I'm not happy about paying $2.50 at the gas station no more. When I used to pay 50 cents, these rascally inflation prices. But I mean, honestly, like something as simple as that to something as major as I just bought this new program they did called Guide Tracks from gospel producers. I just bought that. And it like we got this thing we're doing tomorrow, and I'm like, I don't have to like get on a microphone now and do all this stuff to be like, go to the 1, go to the 2. I don't have to do nothing. I just like press a button and it goes through in MIDI. I mean, an ingenious thing. It cost $50. Bought it like and didn't even think twice. Just give me that. Like what I mean?
How much is it really worth then to you? Would you pay the same if it was $100 now that you've experienced the value?
Yeah. Yeah, I would have paid the $100. It was actually $100, and they had it on sale for $50.
Would you pay $150, $200? You see what I'm saying? Like, there's my point is, once we get there, if the value is there, the money becomes less of an impediment.
Yeah,
it's almost just a technicality, right?
It's a report card. I like that. I need some A's. Let's go. No AC get me through, but if I can get a couple A's, A's pays back in the day.
Yeah, and then really to dare to be different. And I think Zeke, one of the things that I've always admired about what you do and the way you do it is that it has your fingerprint all over it. It has your identity, your personality, the way that you do it. It's multifaceted, so you're not making music, right?
Yeah, right.
You're not just franchising somebody else's sound. You're doing something that's very unique. Now, what you would like to see is, because it is unique, because it is, authentic and genuine, like you would want to see more people gravitate to it. But I would say stop shapeshifting for these other nuts and find your audience. That everything that you do is going to fall on them like fresh rainwater, right? It's just like those people are out there, that what you're doing and what we do in a lot of not just our business, but especially if we're in the creative areas, we're saying what other people don't know how to say. We're expressing the feelings that they're not vulnerable enough to express. And so if you create with the user in mind and get an image of those people, it will find them and they will find it, right? Because now we're getting to the intangibles, right? But it's like sending out a signal, a homey signal that they get drawn to in terms of what it is that you're doing. But you have to own the authenticity of it, right? Own the specialness. So what do we say? That the mission is that you define it, then you develop it, and you deploy it, and then if need be, you be prepared to defend it. Right? The discipline it takes to recognize that as a framework, if not a formula, is super important. Right? And you have to own every step of it. The people that you're working with have to own every step of it. And that clarity. So then like you'll meet someone, it's like, yeah, that's not my person. Right. But I had a conversation. And so I'm staying with Dr. Ramsey.
The great
and
Dr. Ramsey.
Right. So just, but meeting with his team the other day, we're having a meeting, but one of the things I talked to them about is sort of like conversion rate, right? Meaning, if we're interacting with people to introduce them to our products and services, the longer you do it, you kind of learn then that, our conversion rate is like 10%, right? And so for every 10 people that I talk to, one of them is going to be a yes to do business with us, right? And so once you understand that, then doesn't it make sense to get through my 9 no's as quickly as possible, right? Because I know there's the next yes, but to get through 9 no's, what if it's 19 or 39? That's a lot on our psyche. It's a lot on our egos, right? It's a lot on our sense of self-worth. No, it's just a numbers game. And if you go back to 8 billion people on the planet, we're at rounding errors now. How do I more quickly cycle through the people that I'm not designed for? They're not designed for me to get to that one person that is. The faster I can do that, understanding my conversion rate, then I'm going to be better off. That's a purely a business and kind of sort of, sales, marketing, and the hunter conversation. But it's still real, because you come out with your thing and you get 3 no's, and like the market doesn't want that. You don't even know your conversion rate yet. Right? Now, whether or not he stole that black lady's formula or not, her recipe, but the story goes with Colonel Sanders, right? That he reached retirement age, got his first retirement check. Like, I can't live like this. So the thing that he had of value was this recipe. Again, was it his? We don't know. We won't let that sit there.
Probably.
But what he did was he drove around sleeping in his car to restaurants to make the chicken for them, and all he wanted was a percentage of their increased profits from this chicken. Right? How many restaurants, how many no's did he get before he got the first yes?
Probably 300. Because what restaurant is going to let you come in and just make chicken?
Right.
Closer to 1,000.
Oh, boy. I was being.
What thing have you ever done? No. This is to everybody. What thing have you ever done that you are so convinced of its value that the first time you take it out, you got 10 no's and you kept going? You got 100 no's and you kept going. You got 200 no's and you kept going. You got 500. Most people are out the game at 5 anyway. Because their egos can't handle it, because they lost sight of the person that they're supposed to deliver that value. It's like, I just haven't found my person yet, and they haven't found me. So I got to go. And maybe I'm learning, I'm refining, right? I'm developing what I've defined, right? Define it, develop it, deploy it. I may be getting better. I may have to tweak, present my message in a way that resonates with people, but I'm getting better along the way, right? But how many no's can you take before you get to a yes?
Ooh. I wonder how many people have thought of that too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we thought about it in those terms, like, we think we just gave up, just, on the sense of, I'm just not going to do this no more, But they never thought about it in terms of, like, there's a yes that's there. You just got to keep going for it. But again, the ego thing, that ego.
Maybe I don't need to do it. Maybe I ain't supposed to do it.
Yeah. Give up, try something else. If at first you don't succeed, give up, try something else.
It's supposed to happen as soon, especially if it's God. It's supposed to happen as soon as the feet touch Zion. No, let me stop. As soon as I put it out there, they're supposed to be my yes.
And then you go through 5 years of no.
Yeah. So let's do this. Unless there's another question, so because I got to get ready to move on to my next thing, but I thought we were going to get to talk about optimists. And
no, we definitely got to talk about that. Yes,
which is a lot of So being out of the corporate space now and not really ready to hang up my spurs, there's an opportunity. So I have a business partner, really. Man, this dude is just so smart and capable. Sheldon Jackson. So we started Optivist Business Solutions, and what we're doing is business strategy and coaching, right? Which is just kind of a sweet spot for me. But we're also doing AI arbitrage and AI app development, right? Which is just, this world is so just, it's hard. This is when I become speechless and I don't have the words to put on things. What is happening in this world and why it is imperative that people engage this world beyond using ChatGPT like it's Google.
Say
Right?
that one more time, real quick. They do what with ChatGPT?
Using it like it's Google. I have right now, Zeke, I bet you I have at least 30 AI assistants that I use in our app development stuff that we're doing. I mean, and again, that the time that it takes to do something does not diminish its value. I mean, my partner just yesterday or the day before, just created a whole income and expense system in less than a day.
That's crazy.
All right. Now there's effort things you have to do to perfect those things and get them production ready, get them ready for a large audience. You know, do they scale? Are they secure? But that core functionality being nailed, but it's because we are so wisely and smartly using these tools, bringing a lot of our prior experience in business, app development, creating solutions into this world. But our target really is, you know, solopreneurs, you know, and small business, because those are the ones that are going to be ignored. And what people are missing, I think, largely is that there's never been a time in human history where this sort of advantage has been placed in the hands of the average person for so little money. At this stage in the game, this would still be held up behind the walls of large corporate and R&D, and we wouldn't get it until they had squeezed all the value out of it. But right now, you have people who are figuring out what are the problems I can, you know, solve, questions I can answer, needs that I can meet, and creating these solutions, whether they're technical, like software based or not, or other types of solutions, but using AI as sort of it's that extra sort of oomph, right? Like a force multiplier that allows you to extend yourself. Like when I've done business coaching for so long, and I've always told people, it's like, you as an individual do not scale. I can't say that anymore. I can't say it. I mean, in the work and we've been like, I've been really, really deep into the AI thing, like where it's going for probably the last 3.5 years now. Just on the development side, if I had hired people to do the stuff that I'm doing right now, dude, we would have spent well over $500,000, $750,000. I don't know if we spent $5. But what we were producing, like we have an application we hope to release maybe as soon as this week. We're going through some final testing called Snap, because we realized that there are small business owners who are still doing invoices using like Word templates and Excel and all that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah, that business.
And now it becomes an impediment for them to be able to scale their business because they have this way of doing things that are just not productive. It doesn't work. It's nice for a proof of concept, but you're trying to grow your business. There's better ways to do it. So my partner says, "Hey, you interested in this problem?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm interested." Dude, in a couple hours, we had, you know, the framework of a system. There's 4 simple steps. Create your profile, create a service, create a client, send an invoice. And then it's doing all your analytics and what's outstanding and taking payments and list all the different ways you're ready to get paid. Like and we're ready to put that in the hands of people for like $30 a month. You can have 100 clients and do 100 invoices a month at that level. And we have a very sort of strict formula that we want to stick to. We're finding our niches, the problems that we can solve, right? And the people that we can serve with this who don't want the big, bulky tools. They don't have the time to learn it. They don't want the complexity. We got you. We're going to make it real simple for you. We're going to create that. We got another one called Stride coming behind that, which is task management and small projects. You know, we're probably going to end up releasing this this income and expense management system as soon as it's done. So we're creating a portfolio of these lightweight, simple applications for small businesses and solopreneurs. That we're super excited about that, right? And we're finding niches that other people are not in, right? And the markets are huge. So like, we're not trying to be the next Apple or the next Microsoft. Each one of our products, at a minimum, that fall into this thing, we're looking at one product, 1,000 users, $30 a month. That's it, right? And if we build a portfolio of 10 of those, now what do we have? We have both a portfolio and a company that could be sold.
Yeah.
And then we go on, we do the next. But it's very formulaic, right? So everything that I'm saying to you guys about value proposition, solving problems, answering questions, meeting needs, we're on the same journey to find it. And so it's like literally walking around the earth, right? Because problems are the new alchemy. Let's be very clear about that, right? As we are now into the idea economy, right? Problems are the new alchemy. And who can't make it? Because we have the most dissatisfied, most complaining society or period of mankind that we've ever seen. Everybody got something they don't like or pissed off about, right? But can you bring them now solutions where they happily reach into their pocket and pay you for that solution? That's where we are. So that is the strategy that we're putting in place, right? And super happy. And these tools just keep getting better, right? Now we understand that there's some people who are not going to learn this, right? They're just not. Okay. So, but then what we want to do for those people is we want to create the easy buttons for you then, right? So my partner started working on one that just this is called like Prompt Builder Pro, right? It just builds masterful, really comprehensive prompts to get things done. We'll follow that up with another one that builds out personas. So now you can have a cadre of these different tool sets that you can use to get things done. And then after that, we're going to start to rent AI employees.
Whoa.
By the month. Right. Right. But if you think about all the things that are cumbersome for a small business or solopreneur, then we're going to give you tools that when you're at the keyboard doing stuff, but we're also going to give you some stuff to say, you know what? I need one that can help me develop my marketing. I need one that can deliver these certain, competitive reports and just show me where my opportunities are in my own things like yeah, we're going to automate and we're going to build AI employees for people to do those things. That might cost them as little as, $200, $300, $400, $500 a month up to maybe $2,000, $3,000 a month. But every time they do that, it's another person they don't have to hire. And some of y'all can get over it. This is going to happen anyway. So we just there for what's going to happen anyway. Right. But those people were never in line to pay $60,000, $75,000, $85,000 a year for the person that they needed anyway. They were never going to be able to build or scale their business until they have an advantage like the one that we can give them. Then they can scale up and be able to do those things. So we are really just part of that business evolution that needs to happen. Right. And so like with Stride, the task management system, it'll build it out where you can create a task. We want to have a menu that comes up there and say, by the way, you could do this thing better with AI. You can rent this from us, push a button and then configure it. And there you have. You want them to answer phones, set up your schedules, do your marketing, enrich leads. What you want? You want ideation, you want compliance, you want quality, you want speed, you want time. This is what Optivist is about. This is what we're doing.
That's dope.
All right.
So,
oh my God. Okay, that's my cousin. All right, so let me say this last thing. So this is the thing I want to get. So I gave you guys the thing. Send me an email with the word value, right? And you'll get the human value proposition document. The other thing I want to give you, and this is the precursor to my next book, which will be the Live Free Financial Blueprint. I created a website. It is, remember Zeke Oral Guardian? So if you go to OROguardian.com, that is an opportunity cost calculator. And what it is there for is to help you understand the potential of your dollars, right? So before you make a purchase of something one time, you do something monthly, annually, what it's going to show you, if you put a number in, pick the time frame, a year, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, it's going to show you using established averages of across 9 different investment fields what that money could become otherwise. So that $750 you're about to spend on a bag one time, let's see what that money could become if you did that trip that you're about to take. And it's not to say you shouldn't do anything, you shouldn't have opulent moments. I'm not saying that at all. But most of you have built your closets and your lives and your shelves full of things that are diminishing in value, yet you're looking for money or you're approaching retirement and it's not there because you spent it because you didn't understand opportunity cost. And so Oral Guardian is out there to help people just as a tool to better understand that. There's some articles out there. I think right now there's 6. There'll probably only be those 6 because a lot of that will become the core content of what the Live Free Blueprint, my next book will be. Yeah, Oral Guardian, right? And I'm just going. Let me just give it away now. Oral Guardian was built in like an hour and a half, maybe.
That's crazy work. That is freaking crazy.
Right. And I don't mind telling people how easy it was. Well, again, I'm leaning into a lot of expertise, right? So
That's
how easy it is to do something. But the tools are just that powerful. If you have a clear vision, and again, the fact that we can do this stuff quickly does not diminish the value of what it is, right? This could be the beginning of what helps someone save their own financial future. You see what I'm saying? And so my attention has always been on these things. I'm kind of back in that space. I really thought when we talked last week, we were going to kind of get into the whole financial thing and what's happening out there and what we should be doing with our money. So I'm happy to come back and have that conversation. We got all into that human value proposition conversation, but this is part of it, right? Because every dream, every vision, every mission has to be financed. Right. There are no free visions, missions, or dreams. It just doesn't happen. Everyone has to be financed. And a lot of people I talk to have a dream, but they don't have a dime. Right. But it's not because a dime hasn't passed through their hands. Most people in the demographic that would be looking at this broadcast today have had more than $1 million go through their hands. Where is it? What did you do with it? Right. What assets did you create? Right? Because that's really what it's about. Like, what are the assets and what are the capabilities of those assets? How do you get more assets? So there's an entire conversation that we are irresponsible if we're not having it. Right. And you were talking last week on the one show, it was sort of that, every now and then you give the church a report card, which I think is hilarious, by the way. Just throw that out there. Super funny to me.
Not a report
card. The church as a whole is completely misdirected and has done their people a disservice, because if I come around, like, you just go look at those articles on Oral Guardian, and it's going to sound like something that came out of a classroom or what, but it should be the baseline conversation that people are having. And I think the church has that responsibility, and is so consumed with its own survival that it doesn't know that that's what it's supposed to be doing. So it's more concerned about how it's supposed to survive than it is about how you're supposed to thrive. Not understanding that if you thrive, the survival of the church that's already taken care of.
Yeah. Because
you won't let it fail, because you have the resources. So it's not about how do I get $1 from people, it's how do I get $1 to people. Right? And the other fear that it has is that if I give you $1, you might not bring it back to me. Guess what? But guess what that is, Zeke, Eric? That's a value conversation. I've said too much.
Well, they kick me out of these churches yet, then I guess.
They still call
me out yet. I don't know. They might talk about it how back. I don't know.
But seriously, I appreciate the invite. I appreciate the time. I'll do this for you again. But I really do think that other conversation is so necessary.
We'll definitely come back with that conversation.
And time is just rolling by, right? But as people see this, if solopreneurs, small businesses, people with ideas. That's the other thing I should have mentioned. Virtually everything that will be in our portfolio will have an affiliate program attached to it, right? We're like the rising tide raises all ships. So anything that we do that we put out there that could earn $1, if people are pointing us to clients and opportunities, then they should get $1 too. We're not asking for anything for free, but if people who can really get focused on what we're doing and make that part of the thing that they're attached to and doing, then get paid, right? There'll be an affiliate program attached to everything that we do.
Wow.
Right? Because what's the fastest way for us to get where we want to get is to go out there and think we can do it ourselves, or do we leverage connections, credibility, and relationships of other people? That's what we do, right? So if you see the value and you're willing to share that with somebody else, yeah, we're going to pay you for that.
Come through. What?
Just
y'all gotta cut someone like run me my money.
But I mean, it may be a different way to do it, but we're okay with being different.
Yeah.
But we know what we want to accomplish. And again, it's not about every dollar that we can make. It's what value can we put out into the world and what opportunity can we create for other people along the way.
Yeah. Man, I'm gonna put this on the screen one more time right here, y'all. Send the email. Trust me. This is like step one because the whole other conversation that we talking about that we need to have. I don't think it makes sense to anybody if you don't at least understand this part. If you understand it through this perspective of what is your value actually, I told you it was life changing for me. And then when Rich hit me with that call yesterday, we had to. I was like, oh, so y'all just gonna hit me from all sides now? Okay. And you got to have people on your team who are just that way. You said something with somebody on your team, and then we'll get ready to close out of here, and I'll let you say some final words. But you said something that just hit me. Like you said, your partner asked you a question: are you willing? Do you want to tackle this problem? Like that was the. It wasn't a question of just how can we make money on doing this? How can we get some? It was actually just a question of, do you want to tackle this problem? Or can we tackle this problem? And I think maybe that's something I should employ with my friends. Give me a group of people that's like, can we solve this problem? Like, how can we solve this problem?
Whatever. It may not be for us to solve. It may just be like, you know what? You could go to this one. They already doing this. We don't have to compete with them. They already done it. We're in niches. The one that other people have either overcomplicated, they've overpriced, or ignored altogether. So we want to go there when we show those people, like cold water in the desert. We want them to look at us like that and see the value like that, right? And 8 billion people. I mean, the thing that we have coming out for people who are in transition from a job perspective. Oh my, Zeke. So I'm gonna say this, right? Because I'm not really worried about anybody else going out to build it. Because good luck if you could do it. But thinking about the number of people who are in transition now, right? Because of the instability in employment. So if a person gets displaced from what they do, and they go to look for another job, where are they going to look? They're going to look in the same ponds that they've always swam in, right? But we have built a system. And I've been working on this for over a year, almost a year. That if you give us your resume, right? Give us, and then fill out what we call your brag sheet, right? So the brag sheet is additional accomplishments, recognitions, areas of growth, all those things that wouldn't fit neatly into a resume. Complete the brag sheet. It's like 20 questions. And then complete the dream sheet, which is more aspirational. Environments you want to work in, places you want to live, the money you want to make, all the just like types of people you want to work with. Give us that information. And we have created a system that will produce for you a report that not only sort of summarizes the path of your career, but it'll show you other jobs and opportunities in other industries or verticals that you didn't know that your skills were a fit for, right? It will begin to show you a gap analysis of what skills you might be missing. It'll do the compensation mapping to what those areas are paying. It'll give you talking points to say you're going into a networking situation. It'll give you, based on that information, it will create for you talking points to take into a networking situation. It'll create talking points for you to take into a resume. Into an interview. So like this, and all the analysis that we've done says that a tool like this, which we call Future Lens, is what's described as an industry bender. No one is doing this. So that's a coming. Right. And then when that's settled, get out there. Huh?
Any investors?
It's funny you say that, right? Because we're looking at how do we turn these products into their own sort of prospectus, and how do we partner with other people that can help us launch faster? Because once we,
please just tag me into something.
Okay. And so, but once we've done that, then there's another product called Business Lens. I was having this conversation, said, well, what if I don't want to go back into the work environment, but now I want to do something on my own? Great. We're going to collect basically some of that same type of information. But now what I want to know is, do you want to do this full-time, part-time? Do you want brick and mortar, or do you want to just be fully virtual? You want to work with, real people, 1099s, freelancers like from Fiverr or something? Do you want AI employees? How much money do you have to put into this business today? How much can you feed it on a monthly basis? How much time? And we're going to take all of that information and provide to you an analysis based on your skill sets and that other context that you provide us. to give you the beginnings of these are the types of opportunities you should look at. This is what's happening. This is what your ideal customer would look like. This is what a launch would look like. The whole the entire basically business in the box kit.
Y'all,
Does that sound interesting to anyone?
That sounds
interesting to me.
like
somebody to be a part of. That's what it sounds like to me.
That one for people transitioning. That one for people transitioning to new careers, especially in today's world. I mean, like you just mentioned it. A lot of people gonna lose their job to AI stuff. It's already happening. I mean, I was at White Castle and they had a robot flipping burgers. I mean, like.
And I'm telling you, people don't wait on this, right? And we'll end with this. Don't wait on this because it's not going to wait on you, right? When we look up, and even some of the tools that we've been using for months, like they keep leapfrogging and getting better and better and better and better. And like I explained to someone yesterday in the meeting, I said it's going to get to the point where even once you get grounded, you're going to realize AI is waiting on you. You're not waiting on AI for anything. It's like, okay, I'm here already. What you got next? What we doing now?
Mm-hmm.
And it really is now us moving from in this idea economy. We're moving into the seat of the creator. We are the creator. We talked about this earlier, right? With those three aspects of God, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient, omnipotent. You know, but that is where we're moving. It's now about creation at the speed of thought, and we haven't been here before. So if I'm going to get on, first of all, catch the bus because it's not going to wait for you. So get on the bus. But then if you can get on the front of the bus, not the end of the bus, because in the back of the bus is a smelly toilet and old farts. You don't want to be back there, right? Get in the front. See, don't laugh at that. Get in the front of the bus.
I'm too immature. Okay, yes. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I said it. I'm the one that's immature. I can't help it.
Yeah, I'm the guy that'll say something immature and it'd be like somebody will laugh at it. I'd be like, "You so immature for laughing at that." Like this.
I'm a child. I think it helps in this process though to stay in the the middle of your curiosity and your creativity.
Yeah.
So if that aspect of growing up would take that from me, then I don't want to grow up, right? If I have OCD or ADD or then don't cure it. Don't give me a pill or anything. It is, this is part of my secret sauce, right? It's what makes me an Avenger. All right, don't take this from me.
Right. Right. Oh Lord, man, Tony, this has been absolutely phenomenal, y'all. This is like, let's see, we had you on before, so this is technically like part 2. Y'all need to make sure that you go ahead and send this email right here. It's on the screen. Send it. This document that we're talking about, trust me, it'll help you at least shape your way of thinking of stuff. Because when we had Tony back, we're going to talk through some of that other stuff, like financial stuff, all the other, those kinds of things. But I promise you, it'll hit you a little bit differently if you're thinking through this lens. And I'm not saying that because I'm just pumping nobody up. I'm saying that because I was actually there for the conversation where this human value proposition thing came up. And then some other conversations I had behind it shifted because I was thinking about it from a new lens based on this human value proposition. So, Rich, even the conversation that we were having yesterday, I'm thinking about it through this lens now. And that's why I was like, nah, y'all go ahead. Yes, absolutely. Do that. Do such and such. Because it's like, okay, I know what I need now to shift and change. I recognize that. I see that through a different lens. Say it all day before, but now seeing it through a different lens may hopefully bring different results. And so y'all definitely want to see that. Y'all definitely want to hit that. So jatworld125@gmail.com and put in the subject line value. Just do that. And trust me, you want all the other stuff. And then the financial thing, Oral Guardian, that's a good thing to look at because we do be spending, y'all. We do be, especially with these inflated prices, we be spending, and now we spending even more than we need to on stuff that we don't need. And so go check that out. And trust me, it's a really cool tool. It's a really, really cool tool. And then we'll have to have them back so you can understand why it was built in like an hour and like a day, you know what I mean? Like, and a whole tool is out there at this point. So that if you're missing that train, you can hopefully try to jump on and catch the caboose or something like that, I guess. You know what I mean? Tony, I'm gonna give you we do our round table out of here. I'm gonna let you get some words. What do you want to leave the people with? And then Rich, I'll let you close out the round table. But what do you want to leave the people with?
Something that I've said for a long time, and I'll say it here now. The project on the table is your life. If you don't work on it, no one else will. That's it.
That's heavy. A heavy one sentence. Look at that, y'all. Woo. I had to start packing my punches into one sentence. Like,
right, I'm gonna work on it. Man,
I'll let you go ahead and say something. Yeah.
Yeah, this has been a great time. Hope you guys have gained knowledge and understood something today. Hopefully something was said, it was sown, that you will go ahead and take it back and grow with it. I think this was awesome. Something was said to impact your life, man. Ain't too much more you can say. But I'm thankful to know that God has given us a voice. He's given us a word, and he's given us time. So it's up to us to do something with it. That's my question to you. What are you going to do with it? I think this is a great step to gain knowledge, to expand your capacity to understand who you are as a person on this earth and who you've been called to be. Time to go ahead and live in it, walk in it, and do what we do. Like I always say, life is choice driven. You'll live and die by the choices you choose to make. But I got a hint for you. Choose life. God, thank you for this time of coming together. Thank you for this moment of receiving on today. We pray that something was said again to impact the life. We thank you, Lord God, for protection. Thank you for your understanding and to continue to grow as individuals under your grace and your mercy. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen and amen. Yo, thank y'all so much for locking in. Thank y'all for welcoming my cousin, my big cuz with y'all see this. It's just, I almost feel guilty for being like, this is my cousin. I almost feel guilty for it. Like, it's an unfair advantage. It's an unfair advantage. It's just unfair. And y'all see why. But, since we got to share him with the world, and I was glad to have him on the show. So thank you, Tony, for being here. Oh, my God, y'all. This is just, if you please share this episode with somebody, y'all. Share this with somebody. Replay it. Put it in your favorites and just replay it. I know I'm going to have to go back on some of the stuff you were saying and rehash it out. Like, wait a minute. Okay, I missed that part. Because it was heavy, man. This was so good. Man, I got to tell y'all, got to remind y'all about tomorrow night. We're doing this right here. So if you're not got nothing else on your calendar, I don't know how to talk. If you don't have anything else on your calendar, put that on your calendar. If you do have something else on your calendar, then come be a character in my movie. Come be a character in my story. And you got to go back on the episode to see what Tony was talking about, where I got that from. Come be a character in my story and come just check it out. Come check it out. Back in the music world. Other than that, y'all, I got nothing else. I got nothing else to add to this amazing conversation. Thank y'all to everybody who locked in. Mama Pastor Cynthia Cohen said that was a good one. Miss Brenda Rose said good. Miss Ursula Ellis said amen and amen. Listen, I ain't got time to go through all the comments today. Let the race for the last comment begin starting now. We'll see y'all. Peace out.
All right. See you guys.